What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Spawn Point Podcast. I'm back. Sorry,
Holy
I missed
shit.
2 weeks. My bad. I had to go on vacation.
Yeah,
I mean, I made a little. I don't know if it was a short or a post or something about how, like, we did try to do something ahead of time. Even 1 or 2 shorts or something like that. But I didn't make. I was like 2 days before we left on our trip. I was sick. I slept for like 16 hours one day, and I don't know what happened. It was almost like food poisoning or something. I don't know. But yeah, I was down and out, and got to like the day before we left, and I was still like, ugh.
Yeah.
But yep, got over it. So anyway, back to the show. Yeah, I just apologize that I didn't get time in to record anything before I left. So Cam had to do 2 weeks on his own, but back to the normal format.
It's all good, man.
All right.
It's all good. I'm glad you had fun. It sounds like you had a good time. So tell me about Florida. I know
it was a blast.
I kept
man.
saying Miami. You weren't even in Miami, but
no, we were not in
close.
Miami. That's okay. I saw that. I laughed. My daughter even saw that. She's like, Cam thinks we're in Miami. And I was like,
fuck, I was close.
Right.
I was in the right state. Fuck sakes.
You're in the right state.
Yeah.
God, so we went to Venice, Florida. So we have a family friend who owns a condo down there, and he's actually owned 3 condos in Florida over the last, I think, 5 or 6 years. The first one he bought was Indian Rocks Beach, which is like on the Gulf side. So we went down there for a week, spent some time. Then he sold that, bought one in Daytona Beach Shores, which is on the other side of Florida. Went down there a couple times. It's just great because we don't pay him anything.
No.
He's like, no, he won't take money. He's just like, go stay. So what we do instead is just buy stuff for the place or get him gift cards or something when he goes down. So anyway, yeah, then he sold that one and bought a new one in Venice, Florida, which is back on the Gulf side. So yeah, this is probably the nicest of the 3 he's ever had. I mean, we walked in and we're like, oh, we shouldn't be here. It's super nice. So yeah, the only downside, I guess, is it's not on the beach like his other 2 have been. So we kind of had to drive. So, but we did something every day. Just got out and, went to the beaches, went to the shops, went to this place called Brightwater Lagoon, and it's the biggest swimming pool I have ever seen in my life. So they call it a lagoon because it feels like a lagoon, because you can kayak in it, you can paddleboard. Oh, it's huge. They have this giant inflatable obstacle course set up in the middle of it. I mean, if you stood on one side, you could barely see the other side.
Damn.
And it was a freaking pool. That place was rad. We spent the whole day there. Yeah. So yeah, had a great time.
Fucking miserable on that thing though. Holy fuck. Trying to balance the fucking maintenance of bleach and chlorine or whatever the fuck.
All the
nightmare.
Levels and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And it had an actual beach. So there was sand. And I'm like, how do you balance the sand getting in the water I was just like, this place is crazy.
Nuts.
So
do you prefer the Gulf side or the ocean side?
It's not a big difference. The obviously the Atlantic, the waves are bigger on that side. Because it's a Gulf on the other side, everything's kind of a little bit more contained. The waves are pretty small. So we did buy a boogie board while we were there for our daughter. She rode it once or twice. The waves are just not
enough,
big enough. So, but it did make for more. We bought noodles and just literally lounged. You could just sit in the ocean. I mean, yeah, there's some waves here and there, nothing terrible, but you couldn't do that on the Atlantic side because the waves just keep coming in. So,
gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, that'd be the only difference. Both are cool, So it was just fun to get away.
Hell yeah, nice weather down there too. I'm sure
every day.
God damn
every
it.
day. I
Motherfucker.
mean, hot, but
so
yeah. What?
No, I was just gonna say, you told me he was excited. He was gonna try this arcade out. He told me he's gonna go try this arcade, and then he. What happened with the arcade story?
So I just saw this thing pop up, and it was an arcade was close to where we were, and I was like, that's cool. Maybe I can like. I was still in the feeling bad stage of not being able to record something beforehand, so I'm like, I got to do something down here at least. So I saw this thing pop up as this little arcade, and it was in like a flea market area. So there's all these like vendors and shops. I'm like, well, maybe they have this like cool little like arcade in there as well. Nope. Four games. They had Minecraft Legends, Cruisin' USA, a freaking, I think one of the four was literally a claw machine, and something else. And we couldn't get any of them to work. Like you'd put the coin in and it would just fall straight through, and put another one.
Fuck that.
Even my daughter, who loves going to those kind of things,
Mm-hmm.
I figured she'd just keep wanting to try it. We did it a few times. She's like, "Let's get out of here." I was like, no,
Just robbing
right
you.
I was like, "This is not an arcade."
No, yikes. Anyway, did you guys fly down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we flew down.
Anyway.
Yeah, and so Allegiant does flights straight from the Cedar Rapids Airport to Florida. So we did fly about an hour away from our condo. There is a closer airport to the condo, which is like 15 minutes, but we saved like $800 flying into the other one.
Gotta do
So
that.
we just rented our car there and drove. And I'm honestly glad we did, because even the drive from Clearwater to Venice was really cool. We went over some bridges that I was like, it crazy. Like, you know, because big ships and stuff go through there. So these bridges go, when you're at the base of it and you're looking up, I mean, it looks like you're driving into the clouds.
Yeah.
Like it just goes straight up and then kind of curves at the top and comes back down. Giant, like, suspension beams, like skyrocketing into the air. I was like, this bridge is awesome. I felt like such a nerd. I was like, this bridge is cool. But it was.
That's awesome. So Jason had a lot more fun than me. I had knee surgery on Thursday, but I'm fine. Feeling just fine. I just replaced the stinging pain with soreness. So I guess it's better than it was.
Yeah, but the soreness should go away. So
it will, hopefully. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, I got
the
pictures.
stinging wouldn't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
My knee was fucking full of fluid. They had to pull out a bunch of fluid, and then they found out that I tore my meniscus, so my meniscus is ripped. And then they took out those fragments, but it was so big, they had to pulverize it and pull them out, like, piece by piece through my, it's just a nightmare. Anyway, it feels good. I guess my surgery was only 20 minutes.
Oh, shit.
So they were in and out of there in no time, which is nice.
Wow.
So
well, good. I'm glad you got it done and out of the way.
Yeah. I'm going to milk it for as long as I can.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Absolutely. I would do the exact same thing. So.
All right. So, we're all back. Normal episode today again, so it'll be fun. I'm excited. Jason's back. We're pumped. Didn't get to the game I wanted him to, motherfucker, but I guess we'll talk about that later.
Come on. I brought 3 games to the table.
I'm just kidding. We'll get to it. A couple shout-outs here. Sal's Bones, of course. Dr. Donald Goodman Jr. III. DSJ178, shout out Devin. Agulo, Power Down, Dingo 1113, Cole Zicky. Cole Zicky's been a community legend.
Zicky, man. Yeah.
In the Discord, just blowing it up. And hey, Murphy. Everybody, all those people commented on YouTube stuff this week. Thank you guys so much for that. Keep your eyes on the YouTube as well. I have been posting, I've got a lot of polls and quizzes and things that are all going to go up on the community tab on YouTube. So keep your eyes on that. Make sure to vote on the polls, leave some comments, stuff like that, so we can bring those to the show to talk about as well.
Cam's been pumping out the stuff.
Yeah. Got nothing better to do, baby. So I'm making content. Other than that, quickly, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Podcast. You can get our show on all of those platforms. We prefer YouTube because we have so much content that goes to YouTube, but you can get us anywhere. We're on social media, Spawn Point Network, one way or another. And if you have anything you want to send us via email, we have an email too, which is what?
SpawnPointNetwork@outlook.com. SpawnPointNetwork@outlook.com.
Goddamn right it is. So just send us anything over there if you'd like to as well. And then don't forget, link in the description on every podcast platform for the Discord. We'd love to have you in there talking games and movies, sports, not so much sports, but F1 and a bunch of other stuff. So that's where we go. That's where you should be too. God damn it. All right.
100%. Get in there.
Yeah, we got a lot of games to talk about today, and Jason hasn't had any time to talk about it. So I'm expecting some long discussions, and we're starting off with maybe the highlight of the week. So take it away.
A brand new one. Starfox. Just calling it Starfox this time. So if you don't know, Starfox just dropped on the Switch 2 on June 25th. Developed by Velen Studios. They've done a few things for Nintendo. They did like the Mario Kart Live Home Circuit thing, as well as a couple other things. So this one isn't like a brand new story. The story is now being told for the third time in a remake. So if you're familiar with Star Fox 64, this is a remake of that game. They did remake it once already on was it the 3DS or DS? I don't remember. I think it was just DS.
I don't know.
Was it 3DS?
I don't remember.
Anyway, third time they're doing this game. But I mean, I made a little short about this, and I said I'm not really mad about it because I didn't play a ton of. I mean, I played it. I can't say I haven't played it. I played the 64 version. I did play the DS version. I think the more I think about it, I'm starting to realize I didn't love the Nintendo 64.
Dude,
I don't think it was my. It was just not my favorite. I mean, there were some things on there that I loved. But honestly, I think a few of the games that I never really got into as much as other people did was because I didn't love the system. I mean, we talked about Ocarina of Time. Now we're talking about Star Fox 64. I just didn't pour a whole lot of time into those because I didn't enjoy the system all that much. But
that's fair.
Yeah. Anyway, so
controllers butts. Oh my god, the controller's
terrible. It's just one of those that like you go back. Like I can go back and play the Super Nintendo and be like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
You go play the 64. I think it was just maybe too ahead of its time for the technology. The 3D stuff just wasn't great.
No, it was early 3D.
Does not hold up.
No, it was early 3D, which is hard to look at. But I mean, I can't be mad at them. They were trying to experiment, but like, boy, did they go the wrong way with that controller. That thing stinks.
Well, that too, but even the stuff I think they were trying to pull off at the time. I mean, certain things worked, like Mario 64 worked fine because it was very simple, sprites and polygons and stuff. But like you try to get into like a somewhat modern looking game back then, just didn't have the same aesthetic to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not trying to pull you off. Continue.
No, I pulled myself off. So this is still following that same kind of on-rail shooter that 64 did, just with a very fresh coat of paint. I mean, the game looks beautiful. Really it looks very good. It runs at a solid 60. I mean, I had no hiccups in this at all. And then it was also known even during the original for its like branching path system. So, you're in one level and then you can kind of branch off in different areas of that level and end up getting to a different like conclusion of that stage. But then on top of that, you also have kind of this like star map system after every mission. And you can actually choose, like your commander will come in and be like, well, we can either go here and tackle this, or we can go here, and you can pick. And then this game's a lot about replayability. The campaign itself isn't very long. They want you to replay it, and I think that's fine. I mean, you can beat this in like a couple hours, but then they want you to go back, and you experience new things, every time you go back. So I think that was pretty cool. On top of the, I talked about it being an on rails shooter, and then there are sections where your commander or whatever comes on. It's like, what do they call it? It's a mode where you go into where then you have a full 3D space to fly around. And a lot of times that happens during like boss fights and things like that, where they let you just kind of openly fly around an area and the camera's not always constantly pushing you forward. You can do like U-turns, flip around, and that's cool. Like, I don't necessarily think that would work throughout the whole game, but I almost wish there was more that stuff because it feels like you're a little bit more in control of your R-wing as you're really flying around. You're not just kind of like moving it left and right just to avoid, obstacles and stuff like that. So, but yeah, this time they kind of not only did they remake the visuals and everything, but there's like a full cutscene system and stuff in this, which it looks really good, give or take how you feel about the actual character models. And we've talked about this before. I mean, Fox looks a little derpy, but honestly, I feel like Fox is the only one that does look kind of
I agree.
off.
I agree.
Like
100%.
Slippy looks fine, Falco
Mhm.
looks fine. I mean, Peppy looks fine. It's just Fox is like his head's just kind of a little bit too squished, and he looks kind of derpy. So, but full voice acting and everything for it. I think that's a first for this game. On top of the campaign, there's also a challenge mode now, which puts you back into the stages and tasks you with higher scores, beating a boss in a certain amount of time. There's all kinds of different stuff. There's a ton of stuff in there. So the replayability really comes into play there too. You can get a lot more out of it. And on top of that, there is a full multiplayer suite now, which is pretty cool. It plays really well and it is fun. It's just very basic. It's kind of your old school multiplayer shooters with no like progression or anything. It's literally just hop in, have some fun, hop out. And I've just kind of gotten used to, multiplayer games of late where you feel like you're working towards something.
Yeah.
Even some unlocks or something. There are some things in there, but they really don't do anything. Oh, excuse me. And on top of that, there are only 3 maps.
Hmm.
I mean, they're big, wide open areas and everything, but it just seems a little lacking when it comes to that. But the cool thing about each one of the maps is they all feature a distinct event that happens in each one. There's just certain like a thing will happen, and then you have to like kind of focus on that for a little bit, and then get back to like your dogfighting and deathmatch. But each one has its own event, which I guess I understand because they're all kind of tied into the level that you're in. It just would kind of be nice if they could work it into the like, so if you're on one map, you don't know. Oh, well, I'm sorry. If you're on a map, you know exactly what the event's going to be. It'd be kind of cool if like, you know the event's about to start, but you don't know which one it's going to be, and you're kind of like, okay, now it's this one. But if they keep it the way that it is, I think just adding more maps would kind of keep it a little bit more fresh. Yeah, you'd know what each event is, but you'd have more options throughout the multiplayer sessions. So, yeah, I mean, the whole thing. I talked about the multiplayer being a little simplistic. The game itself is pretty simplistic.
Right.
It's pretty basic, which is fine. You can kind of shut your brain off and stuff. I did struggle on a couple of the bosses, and I think it mostly came down to just not doing the right thing. Like there's this lava boss, and I'm like, I cannot figure out how this guy just keeps taking me out, but I wasn't aiming at the right areas. And once I figured that out, then I was fine. But I died like 4 times. I was like, I should not be dying in this game. That's what happened to my gaming skills. So, but yeah, it's fun. It doesn't revolutionize anything, it's just a very nice looking remake for the 3rd time. So
no, they did I mean, the up-resing is incredible. Like this game looks really modern, looks really good. They did a nice job with that. So, question: do you think this is the start of the revival of Star Fox, or is this just more nostalgia bait? Because this is now the 3rd time we've seen 64, like we said. Do you think that? I mean, how have you heard? Is this thing selling good? Is it like doing what you think it needs to do to maybe start actually maybe doing something new with Star Fox finally, or what do you think?
Okay, here's my thoughts on that. One part of your question you asked about the selling, it is selling very well. The reviews are, very positive for this. So it does seem like it could do something to revive the Star Fox thing. My only issue with that is if I don't know where you go from here if you're remaking this game for the third time because you just are playing it safe. I don't know where. I hope this is a revival. I just want something new the next time. I don't want another remake of there's not really any other good Star Fox games you can remake. But I just hope they do something different the next time.
Yeah.
To really bring Star Fox back. This is bringing it back, but with a caveat. You know what I mean? Like it's the same game you've played before, just with a very, very fresh coat of paint. So
yeah, I mean, you've talked about
I don't know.
They could do the Starlink formula. They could still have their linear moments and shit, and still keep the essence of Star Fox. But there is options for them to expand this further.
There absolutely is, and I just don't know if they're scared of those or what the issue might be. They just play it so safe sometimes, and it's like, just take a risk.
I mean, they're taking a risk with Donkey Kong. I think that was a Bonanza was a bit of a risk, I would say. I mean, we would never seen Donkey Kong in that environment. So it's possible. It's just so this game has been remade every 10 years for 3 years. So it's like, what are we gotta? I mean, I don't know. I was just curious what you thought about that, but sounds not sure.
That is my thought. I'm not sure. I do think this is bringing Star Fox back into the eyes of people who may have not experienced it before, and this is a very good way of doing it, I think, because people are going to play this possibly for the first time and be like, oh my god, this is actually really fun, because it is. But then the only downside of that is if this is people's first Star Fox game and they do something wild after this, the new people that they brought in might be like, oh, this isn't what so they may be in a tough spot. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like you said, the Starlink, I think would be the most ideal way. And you could even expand on the Starlink. So the Starlink format was, open world planets. You could fly up into space, into orbit, and then fly to, I think there's like 9 or 10 different planets, and they were all huge, and there's just a ton of stuff to do. But you never got out of the ship. I mean, there were different pilots, but you could do that and even incorporate a little bit of like Star Fox Adventures. Mm-hmm. And when you get down to the planet, Fox could hop out. You could do some on foot stuff. But I mean, they could really expand this if they really wanted to. And I think that would be cool. But I don't know how other people would feel.
Well, I don't know why Nintendo would continue to republish the same game if they didn't have intentions of doing something grander. But I don't know if it just didn't do that well on the 3DS or whatever, and they were just like not willing to gamble on it at that time or what. But it's just interesting that they keep bringing it back like this. So, anyways, I think it looks super cool. What else was I going to say? I don't know if I really was going to say anything else. What is Velen doing? You said they did the live circuit Mario Kart.
Yeah, they did that. That's the only thing I wrote down because that was like the first thing that popped up. I knew I had heard that name, so I looked into it, and that was like their first, not first, but like their
big
thing. But I don't even know. Yeah. I don't even know how big that was, right? Yeah. I never played that. So
shit was expensive. You had to buy the fucking remote control cart.
Yes, you did.
Interesting.
I mean, I love Mario Kart, but when they announced that, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they'll gamble with that, but Star Fox keeps getting the same shit.
Gamble with something that's more expensive, probably, than, I don't know. Nintendo's weird.
Yeah, they're going to continue to do what they want to do. I think this game looks cool. I'd be interested in it. I just would like to see something new, but I guess... I
agree.
I'm kind of repeating myself. It just keeps... I constantly see the confusion with this game. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but it seems to be doing very well. Is there can you co-op campaign the whole thing online? Do you know?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You can do it online, and it even has a game share. So I want to have my daughter play this.
Nice.
With me. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very
All
cool.
right. Well, that's Star Fox. Let us know what you guys thought about it down below, or if you've played it, or you want to, or if you don't, or care. All that. Let us know. We'd appreciate it. I mean. At the very least, you can say that they did a nice job re-updating it again. I think that's a safe conclusion based on what we've seen so far.
Not only do you fly like the Arrowing, there's also the tank. It has a name I can't remember, and then there's also the submarine. And they do control differently, and it is fun, kind of mixing up the format. For every couple levels. There's only like one or two for each of the other vehicles. It's more about flying, but it does break it up, and it doesn't break it up in a way that feels like I want to get back to flying. It's a nice change of pace with the other vehicles that are in this game as well. So
yeah, and I watched the Playhouse Live, which you always tell me those things are cool, and they do a really good job of showing their shit at those Playhouse Lives. Yeah, because they think they did 2 segments of Starfox, and it just looked so fun when they were playing it. And they were having a good. I mean, they just did a good job making it look like they were having fun, whether they were or not.
Yeah, but, they do. It's a little. You can sense the little bit of corporate nature and watching those, but it's still fun to watch.
It gives you an idea what you're looking at. But anyways, yes, game looks dope. Moving on from there, I have a new kind of new game as well. We're gonna talk Pokemon Champions. So this has been out on the Switch for a little bit. I downloaded it on mobile because I was curious, because I had seen some stuff, in particular the thing that caught my attention. Pokemon Champions is a Pokemon battle game. It's all it is. There's no foraging for Pokemon and doing all the, gotta catch them all shit. It's just like a battle arena game, online focused. That's what it is. So I'd read a lot of articles about how you obtain these Pokemon, and you have to go into this ranch and then you pick a Pokemon, but the Pokemon isn't yours. You just rent the Pokemon, and then after a week it disappears and stuff like that. So I was like, how the fuck does this work? So I decided to get on there and try it because last week when Jason was not here because he was too cool for me in Florida, I burned through my entire game conversations, and I wasn't sure if I was going to have anything, so I was like, I'll just play this or whatever and come up with something. So anyways, I found out that you actually buy the Pokemon from the ranch. They're not rentals. So you have a currency in the game called VP, and if you go into the ranch to recruit Pokemon, you can actually buy them permanently. So you have the option to rent them or buy them outright. However, that VC currency also ties into leveling up your current Pokemon. So it's very constricted on, that's not even a word, but you have to decide whether or not you want to level your Pokemon up or buy a new Pokemon, sort of. Okay. So you're kind of juggling that. And I'll be honest, man, there's so many fucking Pokemon now. I don't know, like, who I should...
26,400.
Yeah. So it's like, well, it is what it is. So I basically tried to build a team with some typing, and then just, I don't know. That's basically what it is. Anyway, so it's just a Pokemon battling game, but this game does do something really unique, in my opinion, in the way that the battles are structured. So you set up a box of Pokemon. So you could set up a box of 6 Pokemon, and then you go into the battle against a rival or against someone online. Everybody that I have played has had Japanese characters in their text. Like I don't think I've played one American, which is irrelevant, but like it's just kind of funny. But you take in your box Pokemon, so your set of 6, and what happens is you go into the lobby and it shows your box with all your Pokemon and your opponent's box with their Pokemon. You don't take in all 6 Pokemon. You can only select 3 to take into the battle. And I think this is actually genius because you have to look at your typings and guess what your opponent is going to take in as well. So it's not like you can't go into each battle with a counter for this and a counter for this and a counter for this and be set. You have to kind of make some choices based on what the enemy team is showing. And then, of course, you can still fuck up because they might not take the Pokemon you thought was a guaranteed lock for their 3-man party. So there's a little strategy there. I'm sure people will find a way to abuse it, and there's just going to be super strong Pokemon that doesn't even matter. But from a casual perspective, I actually like that it's designed that way because it is a little bit... It is kind of like repetitive when you have a 6 box Pokemon party, and you know that you've got a counter for everything. So having this kind of strategy involved, I think was a good choice. As far as on Android or on phone, the game plays fine. You're literally just selecting spells. There's no real mechanical depth here. You know, it's just Pokemon battles. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's Pokemon Stadium, basically. And then I don't know, you know, I played this a little bit. I don't know like how the recruit thing works. Like I went back in there and ended up getting this Implosion or whatever his name is, this penguin dude, Emplyon. I don't know what it is, dude. There's so many of them because I needed a water type. But you can go into the recruit thing at any time and it gives you a list of Pokemon. I don't know how often that changes or if it changes weekly or daily or what, so I don't know how often you should check that. But then again, you're constantly having to decide whether or not you just level up what you have, or it's very weird the way that the currencies in this game function, and I don't know. It's almost too complicated to like really sink into it because you don't like there's so much variety that you don't know if you're fucking yourself by pumping in stats to your Tyranitar when there could be something better that comes through the recruit system and whatever. But the game is laid out as greedily and scummily as possible. There's banner events, you do these things, you unlock stuff, and then you can buy real currency to roll for better Pokemon and shit like that. But it's fine. I just wanted to get some coverage on it because I didn't know if Jason would even touch it. So anyways, I think it's okay. I think that the recruiting a Pokemon is better than I imagined that it would be. But it's not setting the world on fire. I'll just leave it like that.
Okay.
That's all. I don't have nothing else. But
cool.
I do like the battle structure, though. I think that's pretty nice.
Did you play the other like Pokemon Champions or like Pokken Tournament or anything like that?
Pokken Tournament was a fighting game, wasn't it?
Oh, that one was the fighting game. Yeah. Okay, so this is more like Pokemon Champions.
Yeah, this is Pokemon
Tournament?
What the fuck is the name of those?
That's what I was just like dirt.
I'm just dying inside too here. Stadium. Pokemon Stadium.
Pokemon Stadium. Good lord.
That's what this is. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you play Pokemon and if you play Pogo or whatever, and you have a full Pokemon home of Pokemon and shit, you can just port those into this, which is going to give you a huge advantage. But for people like me that don't do that or don't have that, you can still put together rosters, but you're definitely at a disadvantage. This is a game that benefits people deep into the Pokemon ecosystem massively.
So they've talked about how this is going to be like the new tournament, game. Do you think that's smart? I mean, I don't know how that's exactly going to work because of all the extra, the microtransactions and stuff. I mean, how are they? Is there a way to just play it without? Do you think if like there's a tournament going on and like, I mean, how are they gonna make that work? Is my question.
I think you're fucking shit out of luck unless you are into the ecosystem. I think that's just the way that it is. I think for the competitive format, I think the 3 Pokemon selection is genius because I think that will throw a monkey wrench into how those competitions are structured. Because I mean, I've seen so many Pokemon battles of 6v6 and you just see people swapping to mixed typings and stuff. And if you get forced in a position where you have to make a Pokemon work where they're not supposed to work, it's going to change the way that you have to build that Pokemon, and it's going to change the way that you have to handle that battle. So for the competitive side, I think it is actually going to be pretty cool to see. But I think if you're on the outside of the fan base or the fandom, you're fucked here.
Which I guess if you're going to a Pokemon tournament, you are most likely all in on this kind of stuff. So
I would say,
I don't know.
I almost would have liked this to be integrated into Pogo. Like if you could put the two together in a way, that way you still are able to catch Pokemon the way that you do in Pogo and maybe use them in this sort of thing, which I guess is you can do with Pokemon Home, I guess. I don't know what I'm even fucking saying, but I just feel like, I don't know. You're either going to whale out to compete if you don't have a pre-established Pokemon Home, or you're fucking screwed and you're just doing whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you got a point. I mean, that is kind of how this works. It's just you're doing it in two separate things. You know, you're bringing them in from another thing. You know, I think what you're kind of referring to is like, you know, having it all in one game. So
I wish it was. This recruit thing.
Is that what I'm looking at here?
Yeah. So you go and you get this big tittied fucking ranch hand lady, and then you go in and she just gives you a list of Pokemon, which I don't know how often this refreshes, so I don't know how often you should be checking this. I should have done more research before bringing this game, to be honest, but I just wanted to throw it in here, and I decided to play this because fucking Randy again. Randy was telling me he was playing it, and so I was like, all right, I'll check it out and see what's going on here.
Yeah.
But
I almost thought you put the wrong gameplay clip in here for a second when it showed that. I'm like, uh-oh, what's this?
Fucking super crop top, low cut, big breasted ranch lady out of nowhere in this game. Anyway.
Yep. That's odd. Okay.
Yeah, it's odd. I don't know. I think it's got potential. It's so hard. I can't talk for the Pokemon fan base, but I know that. I mean, what did you hear about? Jesus Christ! What did you hear about, like, when it came out on Switch? Did you hear like what the criticisms were, or it just kind of flew under the radar?
It did kind of fly under the radar, a lot more so than I thought, because I mean, I listen to a lot of, you know, gaming podcasts. A couple that are literally just focused on Nintendo, and there was a lot of talk about this leading up to it, and then I feel like when it came out, it was talked about a little bit, and then no more. So I kind of didn't fully check in with this. Like you had mentioned, you know, you weren't even sure if I was going to cover it. Which I don't. Do you think I should give this a no?
No. I mean, listen. I think it looks good. I think that I mean, Pokemon's always got its art style. The art style, I think, looks nice. And this game represents itself very well. Like, the cutscenes are done well, and I guess like the miniature story behind the game is that you are a new guy that goes into this environment, and you actually take over as a gym leader. So you run your own gym, which is just a narrative thing as far as I'm concerned. Like, there's no NPC rivals coming in to challenge your gym, which would be fucking kind of cool if you could implement that and maybe take some of their Pokemon from those AI battles or just something. I wish there was a different way to get Pokemon here. Like, that's the whole draw to Pokemon for me, is like figuring out what's going to pop out of the bush and shit. And like that, this just takes all of that away. But I don't know, man. It's
I never really got into any of these other ones, you know, Stadium or anything like that. I always thought they looked okay. I was like, it's not. I like the RPG elements of Pokemon, so I never really got into these. So yeah,
I don't even know how you got Pokemon in Pokemon Stadium. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I avoided them too, but that's basically what this is.
Probably like an unlock system or something like that over the more you played it, because I don't know.
I think I have it on my GameCube. I might have to just maybe fire it. Probably not. Let's just be honest. But anyway, Pokemon Champions. Let me know what you guys think about it. I don't know. It's a new competitive format for Pokemon. It is what it is. It's there if you want it. It's not doing anything crazy for me, though.
Nope.
So. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Next. So this is the next game here I've got for you guys is #Drive Rally. It is a very, very stylized, you know, kind of high energy rally game. Very, very arcadey. But I was kind of in for that. There was a game that came out a little while back. It was on everything. I think it actually even started on mobile, just called #Drive, and it was kind of a roguelite, sort of like kind of an infinite runner in a sense, except you're driving a car and you had to like kind of make your way through these stages, and you know, the more you bust up your car, the less farther you're ultimately going to get. So I didn't know quite exactly how this was going to play out. I knew it was kind of a behind the car perspective, whereas #Drive was like a kind of a top down more isometric style racers. So, but yeah, this is not a roguelite in any sense, like the hashtag, I can't say hashtag drive was. This is just a stage by stage rally racer. There is a championship mode. There are, I believe, 6 or 7 like biomes or environments that you race through. And then there's a championship for each one of those biomes. And I will say that each championship, there is a ton of races. Granted, it is just kind of I was talking to Cam on, I don't know if it was break or whatever about this, that each one of the biomes is an actual open world.
Oh, yeah.
Each one is a huge, just square open world. And you would not know that unless you go into, there's a free roam mode in this as well. And the free roam mode actually shows you like the whole map, and you can plot your routes if you want. You can hit set waypoints, or you can just literally drive around. And the map in the open world area kind of unlocks as you drive. So like it kind of reminded me of Borderlands a little bit. Like the farther you go into a map, it kind of like the color changes and kind of opens up. It does that in this too. And I don't know if that has any impact on the game, if you're like supposed to like explore and unlock the map. I don't really think it does anything. I think it just kind of shows you that, hey, you've driven everywhere on this stage. So anyway, back to the championship. So with each one of these 6 or 7 biomes, having so many, races and stuff, it's basically they're taking this map and just drawing paths, and like each one of the special stages are just a plot through this world, and it does work. Like I was saying, you wouldn't even know that it was kind of an open world design unless you checked out the free roam. It just really does feel like, okay, this is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and then in each one of the like environments, there's like there's like one rally is 4 stages, and then you go like up a level, and then the cars change to like a slightly higher performance vehicle. Then it's like, okay, now you got 4 stages in this and 4 stages in this, and then I felt like it just kept going, which I'm not mad about. It just, they're really padding out each one of these environments. So I've only made it honestly to 4 of the 6, because the championship does just keep going and going. Every time I was like, oh my god, have I beaten this yet? Nope. I still got 4 more races in the next class of vehicle on this. But you can back out and jump into each one of the championships at any point. I just was like, I want to at least get through and when I realized how long the first one was, then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do like 4 in the next biome, and then 4 in the one after that, because I was so tired of seeing all the trees and stuff. So yeah, there's like a heavily wooded area, there's like a desert, there's a snow area, then there's like a beachy type environment. But anyway, it plays really well. Like the racing is really well done. I really liked the controls. Everything felt really tight, and it does a great job of making you feel like you can drive when you hit these corners. Like there's just something about the driving in this, that when I hit a corner really well and slide out and go, into the straight, it feels really good. Like I don't know if I've really gotten that in a lot of rally games. I'm sure I have, but it just has a really good kind of, I don't know what the word is, but like it just a satisfaction when you're like, oh god, I just nailed that. So it's pretty easy. At least it started easy. It did start getting a little bit more challenging. I was starting to notice that my times were, when you pass through checkpoints, it gives you like a green, time thing, how many seconds ahead you are of the pack, and then it'll go to like a gray if you're kind of like right on the line, and then red if you're behind. So most of the time I was seeing the green, and then all of a sudden I'm starting to see some gray and yellow. I'm like, oh, what am I not doing right here? So the challenge kind of ramps up as you go through. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, it's a great. It's very. The championship doesn't feel like a championship. It feels like you're just like race 1, race 2, race 3, race 4. Like you don't really like you see the names of the other competitors and stuff like when you're done. I mean, I know rally racing is like solo. You're kind of driving by yourself, but you don't really feel like you have competition. You kind of just feels like a like time trial after time trial, which it is, but it like the WRC games and even like I talked about Rush Rally, you kind of like looked at the other competitors and you're like, okay, I got to get ahead of him and this it's just like just post a better time. I don't know who I'm up against, but and it's
sure.
just race.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Then there's the races, the free roam mode, and then just you can tackle just each individual section, like in the single race mode or whatever. So, lots of different vehicles, I will say, which was pretty cool. More than I thought. I didn't fully count them, but there's plenty of different vehicle types, classes, and everything. The only thing I wish it had a little bit more of was like a little bit of you can customize like the look of your car. Like you can change like bumpers, paint jobs. Some of them have like racks on top, and you can like add tires. It's all just aesthetic stuff. It doesn't change the the way they drive. But I wish there was some sort of like upgrade system for these vehicles, or even like a repair system, something that made it feel a little bit more, I don't know, like a rally game. This is just very, very arcadey. Pick up and play and just drive. So I can understand, excuse me, why they didn't do that, but for me, I just wish it had a little bit more of that. But overall, fun. Still playing it.
Yeah.
It's like I was talking about how it's definitely not a roguelite like the hashtag drive was, but it almost has roguelite hooks for me because the races are not very long. It's just like, oh, I'm going to do the next one, and then you get finished. Oh, I'm just going to do the next one, the next one. So it's keeping me engaged and hooked. So
great.
Yep, very simplistic art style, but very polished, I would say. So
I don't know how I feel about the art style personally. For me,
it's different. It's very like polygonal sort of.
Yeah.
It's kind of got, I don't know how to. There's a style for what this is, but
yeah, I mean that's irrelevant. So you said there's no damage model.
No.
So no repair system, which is kind of a big part of rally. So that's kind of a I don't know, kind of interesting, kind of a miss, but I guess they're going for the arcade style, which I guess is fine.
Yep.
Which makes total sense. So here's a couple questions. Are the championships like randomly generated as far as where they point you, like how the stages are formulated, or are they always the same?
I think they're always the same. So I tried to kind of test that. I opened a championship up, did a race, and then I did the next one, and I purposely didn't finish it. I stopped and then backed out and then went back in to see, like, I think I jumped into like free roam to fully like make the game like, okay, you're out of the championship. Now you're doing something else. And I went back in and it was the same layout. So I think it's the same. But with it being like each one of the biomes being open world, there's so many paths, man. I mean, there's so many different ways. So, I mean, I guess it can start to feel a little repetitive just because you are seeing the same biome, but I never felt like, oh, I've raced this track or this section before. And that's how rally games have always kind of been. Like even real world rallying, like the drivers don't really memorize these circuits because they're so long. There's so many turns. You can't. That's why you have a co-driver.
Yep.
So it's same system here. And I didn't even mention there's a different co-driver for each one of the environments. And like the desert one is like this like cowboy, like yeehaw kind of co-driver. And they say funny stuff. The wooded area one, it must be like in like Russia or something, because he sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he's talking to you. And then like the snowy one has got like this snow bunny kind of annoying like ski girl as your co-driver. It's like turn left. I'm like, oh boy. So
are you able to create your own stages?
No.
What's the point of I don't understand the point of the free roam. I don't get it.
Well, okay, so not really. I mean, the only way you can create a stage is like you can set, like I was saying, you can set waypoints and it kind of paths out a thing for you, but it's literally just to like get you to
you're not
that would
racing.
be really cool. I didn't think about that.
I just don't get I don't understand the free roam. It's just
I
like,
don't either. It really isn't much of a point to it.
I mean, it just seems like they have this open world. They could change the championship every single time by giving you a point and start here and go here, and then they could just randomly do that, or give you the option to make your own stages. But if you're just using it as a waypoint, you're not actually racing on it. So
no,
very interesting.
No, and yeah, I honestly only went into the free roam for the very first area just because I was like, all right, let's check this out. But once I realized there really isn't much to do in there, I was like, okay, seen enough.
How are you unlocking vehicles?
How, or are you?
Well, both.
Yeah, you definitely unlock vehicles. Some of them are purchased, which the money system in this is why even have it? You get like $15,000 a win, and like the cars are like $8,000. So you're just like, I have more money than I would ever need in this game. So I think it's a little silly, but yeah, after I raced, like I think I made it through the first environment through the whole championship before I was like, let's check out these other, vehicles and stuff. And I noticed that some of them are locked behind championship progress.
Okay.
And then some of them are literally, you can just purchase them. I was able to, after the first championship, to literally purchase every car that was available for purchase and go in and customize them. And the customization stuff costs money too, but it barely put a dent in the money that I had earned. Yeah.
So does this feel like it was the handling model was actually redone for the third person view over the isometric?
It definitely does. You can feel some of the similarities. The whole like ass end kind of swinging out like that does in Rally. That I felt that in the original or the Drive game. So I mean, you can kind of sense some of it, but this feels better than that game did by quite a bit. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Would this physics model work on like a circuit track game? You think they're maybe going to go GP next or something?
They could. They might have to tighten it up just a little bit, but I think it could work. Like I was saying, I mean, it feels good to hit a corner just right. I mean, it is satisfying to race these circuits. So yeah, I think it could work.
Cool game. Little indie title, $19.99, available on everything. Some questionable decisions in there though.
Yeah, I agree. We talked about this on one of our upcoming games of the month or whatever like that, and I was pretty excited. I hadn't seen actual gameplay. All they showed was like screenshots and stuff, but it looked cool. It might not be exactly what I was hoping for, but what is here is very well done, I think. So
how the engine sounds?
They're fine.
Okay.
Nothing. Each car has their own. The soundtrack is fine. It's basically just background music, and each one of the worlds has kind of its own theme. It's there, but it's very forgettable. As is even some of the co-drivers. Some of it's like, and you can turn them off, or you can set them to not have. It's like an emotional setting. It's called like the co-driver is either on, off, or emotional. So if you hit stuff, they're like, watch what you're doing. And if you turn it off, they literally just like left 3, right 4. It's that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So I kept it on emotional because it did kind of break up the monotony of sounds over and over. But yeah. Yep.
Cool. Check out hashtag Drive Rally. Looks pretty dope.
Fun little arcade racer.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Moving on from there. Temtem Swarm, baby. All right. So there was a game called, there was a mode in League of Legends called Swarm. Okay. This was like during the Vampire Survivor boom, they put this mini mode in, and you could play it co-op, and that was the big thing that was like really unique about it. Is you could play with your buddies, and it was kind of this Vampire Survivor like with League of Legends characters. I love League of Legends. Yada yada yada. I've already talked about this a billion times. So, anyways, I saw this game for sale. Temtem Swarm. I know about the Temtem franchise just the littlest, tiniest of bits. Other than I think it's I think it's a monster. It's a Pokemon like, I think, but I think it's exclusive to PlayStation and PC or something. I don't know if it's a. So. I don't know if it's a PlayStation IP. I don't know about the main game. Anyways, it's Temtem Swarm. So Swarm caught my attention because I liked the mini mode in League of Legends that they got rid of called Swarm, and I played it with my buddies, and it was cool. So anyways, I was like, all right, I'll check this out. This ended up surprising me quite a bit. Again, this is a bullet heaven survivor-like. So mechanically, there's not much to talk about here. You just are running around trying not to take damage while your character auto battles for you, kills things. They drop experience gems. You pick up the gems, you level up, you get new abilities. That's the whole loop here. But this game is actually very, very cool. I think the art style is nice. It's got a cutesy art style that matches the Temtem franchise. But what this game does that I think is really cool is that you are kind of using Pokemon, and they do evolve throughout the run. So you're able to see character model changes. They get stat increases and things like that as they evolve, and it changes the way that the game flows and works. And I think that's all really, really cool. But another thing that this game does, I would say, better than some of its predecessors is there's constantly challenges that are popping up on the map that you have to run to and kind of stand to initiate. So as opposed to trying to build a character where you can play the game and not move anymore because you're just completely overpowered, you're actually incentivized to put yourself in some dangerous situations to continue to get chests and experience and things like that. So you're kind of always playing on the back foot in this game, and I think that works really well. And it just keeps the tension up as you're playing through the game. I think there's around 12 Temtem that you can unlock. I think I've unlocked about 5 at this point. Some are better than others, I would say. I think the balance is a little bit strange in this game, to be honest. But you know, the gameplay loop is the same as all these games are. You're just trying to survive. I think there's maybe like 8 stages as well that progressively get more and more challenging. And I will say, I am at a point right now where I've cleared the first 2 or 3 stages, and this 4th stage I can't clear, so I have to do some grinding at lower levels so I can get the microcurrency to level up whatever Pokemon or Temtem I want to progress with to clear that next stage. So it's hitting all the right notes. I think it's pretty well designed for what it is, and honestly, it's got me interested in checking out the mainline Temtem game just because I like what it's doing. You know, this is a spin-off done very, very well that, you know, this seems like such an easy concept for games to take and run with, I think.
Right.
But there's enough here and there's enough polish here that it really does make me curious on trying the actual main game, which I think is that's the biggest compliment you can give a spin-off. So, yeah, I'm digging this. I'm going to keep kind of grinding with it, but it's nothing crazy. It does have co-op though, so if you find people that you can hop in with, you can do some co-op runs, and these games co-op, there's kind of a whole different experience because everything gets crazy. You got to kind of work with your friends on how you build so you can empower each other and things. And this game would be supplemental to that play style.
Right.
I haven't played it with anybody, but it's still pretty cool. I think it's pretty cheap. I think it was $12.99. Yeah, $12.99. Okay. I got it on sale for I think $5 during the mid-year sale that's going on.
God, it's on everything.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a bad time for gamers. We got summer sale.
I've purposely not been looking because I can't.
And we got summer sale, mid-year sale. PlayStation, Xbox has got sales going on, but
that Switch got a big summer sale thing going on too. Like
Jeez.
Switch never discounts their games, and a
Yeah.
bunch of those are discounted. Luckily, I have most of them already.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway, not to tangent off.
No, that's it for Temtem Swarm. It's a cool little bullet heaven. I like these games. They're good time killers.
Yeah.
Nothing like, you know, it's not giving me the best narrative of all time, but it's just a time killer.
But you don't need that in
these work great. Yeah, this works.
Yeah.
Works very good for what it is. I'm excited to see the new Pokemon or Temtem. Fuck, it's so hard not to call them Pokemon, but they basically are Pokemon.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I will say this looks really cool, and I had not heard of this. I saw you put it in the doc. I'm like, I knew what Temtem was, but I was like, what is Temtem Swarm? So I looked it up, and I was like, oh my god, this looks really cool. I want to play this. What are you playing it on?
PlayStation.
You're playing it on your PS5 because I looked it up and it's only on PlayStation and PC, and you can play it on the Steam Deck. I was like, God damn it, I want to play it. This looks like a total Switch game.
Oh, 100%. I don't know why.
But it's not. I'm just like, no, I want to play this.
They probably don't want to compete with Pokemon because they're right in the same line of things, you know?
But the mainline Temtems are on Switch.
Oh, shit, are they?
Yeah, I looked it up. Yep. You can play the first. Well, I don't know how many there are. There was one that was just called Temtem, which I don't know if that's where in the line, but it's on there. So the fact that it's on there, makes me wonder, why this wouldn't be on there as well. I think you're right. I think it is a PlayStation IP. I think they were the ones that came up with it, but I don't know.
Well, fuck, I don't know.
This totally should come to Switch, man.
100%. I mean, it's a cool little game. I mean, it's just a...
Yeah, it looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah. And you just run around blowing shit up, trying to be as strong as possible. I mean, this game
I love
is not
that.
new.
The idea is definitely not new, but I like the events that you were talking about. It looks like you stood on a spot and kind of had to held that position. I mean, I like that kind of stuff in these games. Kind of mixes it up. This looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a cool game. It's a really cool game. I would recommend checking it out. Better with friends, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, I just brought the shittiest games this week. There's no mechanical depth I can talk about here. It's just I think the music sucks though. I will say that. I posted a video. I posted a video about this right when I downloaded it because it reminded me a lot of League Swarm, and I kind of compared the two. For nobody that paid attention to any of that, but this music is bad, bro. It's fucking so bad. It's ambient music, but they have these vocals that aren't vocals. They're just hums and stuff. So it's to the point where I shut it off. It's bad. So well, it's a good thing we take the audio out of our clips then too. Yeah, no kidding. You'd be fucking annoyed. And I don't even think it changes based on the stage. It might change the tempo a little bit, but it's still the same fucking music the whole goddamn time. It's okay. Well, I can do without that. I will say the choice of characters was a little bit strange as well. The first three all have triple evolutions, and then the next two I unlocked are just single. They don't even evolve. I was man, why, this is the time to showcase your triple evolution monsters. Right. This is the exact time to do that. So the fact that I don't know the lore behind this. Maybe those are staple or franchise staples like Pikachu or something. But to me, they're just I like the creativity of these evolutions and stuff, and it seems like an odd choice to not have them in here. So. Yeah, that would be very cool. That would just add another layer. Yeah, on top of Huh. But I want to check this franchise out, and I think I have Temtem. So maybe I'll do that someday. Probably not. Okay. Maybe someday. Before we go on to the next game, real quick. I mean, you mentioned it a couple times already. How you didn't know what to bring this week. I just wanted to take a quick second to thank you for getting the pod out. The 2 weeks that I wasn't here, and you really did kind of dump your what you've been playing on, especially the last episode, and I appreciate that. Cam brought some big hitters on the last one, so we'll touch base at those. Yeah. I'll follow up on those at the end once we get through our games and stuff. But of course, it's always my pleasure. I love doing this shit, and I'm always thinking of shit, so it don't matter. It doesn't affect me at all. It's obviously a much better show when you're here, so I'm glad you're back. Oh, that touches my heart.
Oh, good.
So
it really
anyway,
touched my heart when you went to Florida and didn't say a word to me, and then that really
told you,
made me
dude.
feel special. Made me feel really special.
I disconnected.
No, I know. I'm
while I
fucking
was
with
there.
you.
I should have mentioned.
fucking with
Okay, I should have mentioned it earlier though. That was. I didn't even know if that wasn't even my intention. I just like once we got there, I was just like, I just disconnected from everything. I would
That's
pick up
great.
my phone to take some pictures and then literally put it back down.
Yeah,
So
hell yeah. No, that's great.
anyway,
I'm just giving a shit.
my bad on that.
No, it's all good. Temtem Swarm 12. Oh, by the way, Starfox is $50. Let me circle back to that. Is that worth $50?
I feel like it's steep, but if you look at Nintendo's pricing structure, they could have went higher just because it's them. You know, I thought 50 was a decent range. But... Yeah. So it's fine. I would say it's worth it.
Sorry, listeners. I know that was like fucking an hour late to cover that, but I just noticed it, so I thought I'd mention
it. And I even put it in the doc, and I forgot to even mention it. So.
That's all good. Pokemon Champions is free with all the microtransaction shit that you could ever ask for. But yeah, next game Jason's got here, did a short on, didn't want to talk about it this week. I said bring it anyway, so here we go with
bring it.
The last main topic of the week.
Yeah, so this is my third and final game for the week, and this one is called Junkster, and this actually just came out this month, June 2026, and it is a very stylized kind of 3D action platformer with a very like kind of cell shaded kind of art style, very like 80s comic book, and actually before you jump into each one of the levels, it's laid out in a comic. Like the comic is up on the screen and you turn the pages to jump into these levels. So it's really like in that, it's going for that comic book vibe. And even like after you hit some enemies, there's this big like thwomp or boom or something that very, very comic book like. So I thought that was pretty cool. So you play as a little robot character named UM13, and he is like a scavenger type thing, and he is like traveling through space, and something happens, and he has to crash land on this basically junkyard planet, and his ship is destroyed. So he is going through these levels, gathering parts to rebuild his ship so that he can get back up into orbit. And you basically have a wrench is your main weapon, and it is a good combination of combat, I guess exploration, platforming, and building. It has a very simple but cool building mechanic in this, and the building not only is for traversal, but it's also for vehicle building. So you gather these parts and these pieces. A lot of them are just literally like planks and stuff that you can attach to walls to help you jump up and get to the next area. It's pretty set out, like as far as like you can tell where you're supposed to put stuff. I kind of wished it had a little bit more freedom in that, but like you can only like put platforms on these like things that are on the wall that you can just tell a platform can go in there, but it's all tied to the platforming aspect of it. If you could put them everywhere, it probably wouldn't be as fluid or cohesive. So I get what they were doing with that. But so yeah, you can build platforms, ramps to get to other areas. Some of the areas are areas that you have to get to progress to the next level. Some of them are to get to hidden areas for collectibles. It's very well done in that sense. It's very simple. You just basically point your reticle at the spot in the wall, and then you have your L and your R's can swap through all your different parts. And when you get to the one that you want, you can just hit the trigger, and it just pops the piece onto the wall. If you don't like where it's at, you can flip it, you can spin it, you can do all kinds of different things with it. And if you don't like where the part is at all, then you just hit the left trigger, and it just basically sucks the part back up into your character into their inventory. So very like quick and fast, and I never had any issues with like getting a piece to where I wanted it to. It's very snappy. So that's a lot of fun. And then there's the vehicle building. So you can either build vehicles with like little wheel parts that you find. There's like saw blades. There's all kinds of stuff, and you can literally use the saw blades as wheels, and then you attach them together with like a plank. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like Tears of the Kingdom's build mechanic, where you kind of like stick pieces together, and then it just kind of works. You have to install a cockpit on the top of every vehicle that you use, and once you put the cockpit on, then it kind of like the game knows that the vehicle's ready. You can still make changes and everything, but like I usually save the cockpit for the last piece, and then I would put that on, and then I would jump in, and I made some crazy looking things like some. And I will say some of the like platforming sections where they kind of want you to like attach a piece and attach another piece so that you can jump up. I actually made some vehicles with that were just literally super super tall, and I would put the cockpit at the top and just drive and jump off to the top. Basically cheese the system, but hey, it's in there, so I did it the way that I wanted to. And the vehicles are ridiculous, man. Like it shouldn't even make any sense. I mean, granted, it's just you're playing as a robot. It's not realistic in any sense. But like the physics when I like would build this robot with these little tiny legs and just literally stack like pillars on top of it, it would just walk around and not tip over. I'm like, this totally wouldn't work. But anyway, but yeah, I'm not like super far into this yet. I was playing this I was on vacation a little bit, just here and there, like when a little bit of downtime. So I probably just a couple hours into this, but very decent, especially for like an indie game. It doesn't quite have. It reminded me of like a little bit of Ratchet and Clank, that kind of stuff, just without the like super polishedness that those games had. But for what they're doing here, for especially an indie dev, it's very well done. Like I said, there's collectibles and stuff throughout each one of the stages. There's like extra comic books. You have this little diorama that you can look at. I don't even know what the point of it is, but it's just kind of cool. And you collect pieces throughout these stages, and you build this little diorama, and you can kind of like zoom in on it, and it's like your little character in like this little room with all this stuff. But just a little extra incentives to explore these levels. And each one of them is kind of like this open area. It's not like an open world game. It's level based, but each one of these levels is pretty open ended. You can kind of tackle them however you want. Like I'm currently going through this one stage where this builder robot thing, you need him to help you to get through to the next area, but he wants all these parts first. So it's a big open area, and you just have to like collect a certain amount of each one of these things, and some of them are locked behind certain areas, and you just kind of have to figure out how to get there. It doesn't have a whole lot of like hand holding, which I actually kind of thought was kind of cool, especially for a game like this. You would expect it to be like, we're just going to show you kind of how to get these things done. It really doesn't. It kind of lets you figure it out, and I am kind of stuck on this one part. I can see the piece that I need, and I cannot figure out how to get it. So I haven't dumped a whole lot of time into it yet, but it did kind of hold me up for a little bit. So yeah, Junkster. What did I put it as? It's only like $10 or something like that. $9.99, I think. So
$19.99 on everything.
$19.99.
$20.
Okay.
Yep. I just
$20. Worth it.
A Guido on YouTube said it looks like Baby Bender from Futurama, and that comment nailed it. It is totally Bender.
It does. Yeah. It's totally Bender. Without all the funny quips.
Yeah,
you just kind of make robot noises.
Yeah. I think this game's kind of cool. Again, we love our indies. We got to give our indies some love here.
Yeah, it's one of my little kind of oddity choices.
Yeah, I like it. I dig it a lot. Yeah, I just think this game, it's got a cool art style. It's pretty basic, but I mean, it's got that it's got enough there that it's kind of charming, I would say.
It is charming.
Does the color palette change depending on the world that you're in and stuff like that?
Mhm.
And okay.
Yep.
So
I played some pretty kind of dark. I didn't get enough like captured. Like I kind of got like kind of hooked into this a little bit, like you
Yeah.
know, and I would forget to like. I'm like, oh god, I should be recording this. So a lot of the stuff was kind of like just a couple levels, but
Yeah.
there are like underground kind of like cavernous type levels that get kind of dark. Yeah, it does really kind of mix up the environments, especially being on like one planet. There's a bunch of different biomes and stuff that you go into, and like this, if you guys are watching, like these like tentacles and stuff that come up out of the ground, they hurt you. So you have to build. I had to build this vehicle with these like saw blade kind of things just to get through that. So they kind of mix things up there too. They you can't just freely run around everything. You kind of have to figure out how to get from one area to the other, and it's just it's done pretty well for what they're trying here.
Oh yeah, love it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Thought we'd bring it up. I mean, like I just like showing in indie projects, so I think this is one of the specialties.
I was just trying to keep when I said I was when I said I was going to drop it, I was trying to stick with our 2-and-2 format, but we don't even need to do that. Let's just bring whatever. So I'm glad I decided to talk about this.
Yeah, this game's cool. Looks cool.
It is cool.
And for an indie dev, all these different ideas and being able to implement them into a project like this is really commendable. So I just think it's cool to showcase. So check out Junkster.
In my short, I was like, I feel like this is one of those games that it is going to fly under the radar.
I haven't heard a fucking peep about it other than when you said it. Not a word.
So I just hope it gets a little more attention. Is all.
Yeah. So. Hey, we'll do our best.
We'll try.
So check out Junkster. It's on everything. $19.99 if you're interested in that sort of thing. Kind of a callback to collectathons with a little bit of some building shit in there too. It looks like. So I love that.
Yep.
All right, Jason, we got some recaps that need to occur.
Yeah, you go first because I just got done talking about.
So I have played more Adventures of Elliot.
That's the one that Cam wanted me to start, and I just didn't get a chance to really sit down and like actually spend some time in that.
Yeah, so I gotta pussyfoot around this a little because I don't. Well, okay. So Adventures of Elliot, I'm so close to dropping it, but it does keep like. I got some new weapons in my playthrough that are pretty cool to use, and I just had a really good boss fight on my last session. It was off the beaten path. I don't think it was. I probably got it too early, but this boss fight was the highlight of the game for me so far. And this is such an interesting game because I love the mechanics. I think mechanically the game feels so good, but there's just some things there that I am having a hard time with that we're going to have to talk. I think this narrative is bad. Like, I think it's really bad. I can't figure out who it's for. That's my biggest issue with the game. Like, and it leads me down a whole conversation path because narratively, everybody's really optimistic and kind of cheerful and cheery, which is kind of what Link to the Past did. It wasn't like a very weighty story. I just wish this one was a little bit more weighty because Elliot's he's such a cheerful, optimistic guy, and it just seems so out of place for the state of the world that you're playing in and how the way it's, but it just leads me down the path of like, okay, so when you look back at Link to the Past, who was that marketed towards?
I guess kids. I don't know.
I guess, but the thing is,
I don't know. I never.
This is what I came up with. I think that the gaming population during the SNES had a much younger skewed audience than the gaming audience does today. So when they made Link to the Past, they kind of had to cater to where the bulk of the community was at the time, which was kids, because they were pretty much making projects for children. Now, there's gamers of so many different age ranges, and they're obviously heavily inspired by Link to the Past with this project, but keeping that narrative just makes it feel very out of place. So it may not have felt out of place in 93 or whatever, but now it's just like, I kind of need some more weight, because you're not going to, like, this game is not going to be appealing to a 12-year-old that's playing Roblox or Fortnite. This is a totally different game that requires your attention, and you're not getting dopamine flashes every 2.2 seconds like you get from Fortnite or Roblox and things like that. So it's kind of marketed at an age range or a demographic that doesn't really exist anymore. So I just wish it was more grounded, a little bit more serious. Yeah, that's what I'm struggling with the most. And then the voice, they literally had humans voice act cats in this game. So like, you walk up to a cat and it fucking goes meow, and it just sounds like a human. It's like, are you fucking, like, why are we doing this? You could get meow. You could fucking get a free asset of a cat meowing, and just you repeat. I would much rather have that than like clearly an old lady saying meow in my ear.
Are there any dogs that just go bark?
No, it wouldn't surprise me in this game.
No,
but
wow.
Yeah, it's just it's very strange. I mean, I would enjoy this a lot more if it was much more serious.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of nitpicky, but it just feels so. Yeah, I'm excited for you to play it, and I want your honest thoughts on it. But it just feels so. It just feels really strange, and I guess it like I mentioned, it didn't feel strange for Link to the Past, but it feels really strange here. No. So it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
And it's like, I mean, it people are kind of comparing it a lot to, Link to the Past, but it does do a lot more than that game did. I mean, it's just the times are different, and these developers can do more stuff. So I get what you're saying. Like, you feel like it should have a little bit more weight to it than a game like that did.
I mean, you're in a decrepit world. You're traveling back to time and discovering all these, problems, and Elliot's fucking woohoo, we're adventuring. It's like, okay.
Especially like I know a little bit about the story and the fact that they're kind of like all the humans are kind of like essentially stuck in like the town because all the princess or whatever is like, able to put a barrier up. You'd think they would be like, oh my God, I never leave.
Stranded.
I'm like,
yeah. That
would make more sense.
But no, they're just happy as fucking pig and shit sitting in their little bubble. It's weird. It's a weird tone. I beat Carmageddon Rogue Shift. Not sure on that still. It's such a, I don't know.
It's funny that you made that video about it, and you're like, I just want to talk about this. I don't, Jason's not really into, car combat. I did have this game wish listed for a long time, and then when it initially came out, the reviews were so, they're like, it's okay, and I just kind of forgot about it. And then I saw that you were playing it, and I was like, oh my God, I wanted to try that. And now I'm kind of in between. It did look kind of fun, but
I mean, if you're interested in it, I put a 1 hour and 15-minute full run video up, and you can see like what that game looks like late game. It's fun. It's got moments where it feels really good, but Carmageddon is just not my favorite franchise. It never has been. Even way back in the day, it just wasn't. They have this weird feel to them. They just don't feel great. And this game still kind of retains that kind of weird feeling. I don't know. Like, they need to have some weight or something. And since they've made Carmageddons for 20 years, you would think by now they could figure it out, but apparently not. So I think it's a great concept. I think a car combat roguelike like this could be very cool. And I think this game has components that work. I just wish it played a little better.
That was the thing that interested me most about it when I read about kind of how it worked. A car combat, roguelite, and you got to run over these things to what are they, zombies, or what the hell are
they're
those?
Zombies.
Carmageddon type things.
Carmageddon was Twisted Metal, but no car combat. It was just like run over zombies. That's like the whole premise to Carmageddon. So That's how it originally started.
Okay.
They tried to reboot Carmageddon. God, it had to have been 10 years ago. That was the most awful playing game I've ever, like racing game I've ever played. It was horrendously bad. This game's a little better than that, but not much.
Huh.
So you're running over the zombies to get your nitrous filled up and stuff.
That's anyways, what it was. Okay.
Yeah. Conceptually, it's cool. But as you're playing it, like the enemies have extreme rubber banding, so they basically they'll pull themselves up to you, and vice versa. So if you fall behind, you'll get rocketed up to them. It's fucking weird, but it's all about chaos and carnage, and so it kind of makes sense why those systems in there. But it is discouraging when you have this big moment and you're blowing everybody up, and you get this big lead that evaporates in 2 seconds. So, anyways. It's all right. That's kind of that. I don't think I have anything else to follow up on, really. Oh, I played Titanfall 2. I've been playing it again. I posted that. That game fucking rules.
God, I missed that game.
The game's so good. Still rules to death. I played. Yeah. Sorry, I've been off work, so I've got a lot of like touch points. I tried Goals, the free-to-play soccer game. You hear about that at all? It's FIFA Ultimate Team, free-to-play, microtransaction stuffed. I suck at soccer games, so I played it twice and got smoked and then dropped it.
Okay.
And I guess I better not continue because I want to save something for next week. So
okay,
I'll go with that for me. Well, what do you got for follow-ups?
So, I mean, I guess continuing on the soccer front, I talked about playing eFootball Kickoff, and I'm still playing that. I'm trying to follow the World Cup that's going on right now too, so it's kind of got me in that soccer kind of mindset. And eFootball Kickoff had an update that I mean, they can't call it World Cup because of licensing, but it's like a World Cup mode, which I've been kind of jumping into and playing, so I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, still playing a bit of that. It's a very solid, soccer game. I'm just having a lot of fun with it. During the Nintendo Direct, they talked about some upgrades to existing games, so I jumped back into a little bit of SnowRunner, like the SnowRunner Switch 2 version. I love those games, man. It's like an RPG car, like super slow, but very like meticulous in how you have to approach these things. You have to like carry, pieces, steel and bricks to like, you have to deliver them to these warehouses stuff, and these roads are just completely shot. And you have to like use a winch system. You have to change your tires out. It's just, I don't know. This SnowRunner and MudRunner, I didn't get into until literally like the last couple years. And when I first started playing, I was like, I should have been playing these for a long time. I like the feel of these games. So anyway, I've been playing some more SnowRunner on Switch 2. It definitely runs and looks better. They also put out an update for Xenoblade Chronicles, Switch 2 version. So I've been playing that again, and I'm farther into it now than I was when I initially started it, just because of I'm just a big lover of when games run better.
Yeah,
they don't always have to like look the best, which it does look a lot better than it did, but the original on Switch, and even the original playing it on a Switch 2 wasn't the best, but it just looks and runs so much better now. So kind of just, I don't know if I'll keep playing it. I probably should, because I kind of want to I never got to 3, and 3 is supposed to be like the best. I played a shit ton of Xenoblade Chronicles X, but that's a totally kind of its own kind of standalone story with this giant open world map where you can get into mechs and all that stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been playing, as well as the other ones I talked about already. So.
How's Mouse PI?
Shut your face.
How's Tales of Arise? You keep starting these fucking
I gotta go
100-hour gauntlets, and then I
gotta go.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah,
I just don't know how you do it. I don't know how you start these big fuckers.
I don't.
And
That's
then
the thing. I don't that's I think that's where I was kind of getting at with like Xenoblade. I just kind of more wanted to see what it was like.
Yeah.
If I get to it, I get to it. But yeah, Tails, like I didn't drop on purpose. I just haven't gotten back to it. So and Mouse PI, I have played more Mouse PI. I will say I played like 4 or 5 more levels, and it just doesn't end.
God damn, that sucks. Yeah, interesting.
It's good. It's just like, dude, they really packed, a lot of stuff into that game. So
God damn.
I'm at like the 12 and a half, 13-hour mark or whatever, and
Jesus
it's still
Christ.
like my detective board it's getting kind of full, but it's not full yet. So a lot in that game.
I mean, not everybody has to play games for completion, like me or like anyone. You can drop it anytime, but I just think it's funny. Give you shit. Okay. Well, let's take a little break and then we'll come back with some shop talk. There's been tons of shit that has to be talked about.
At least addressed.
Yeah. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with y'all. So stick around. We will be right back.
Right back.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Spawn Point Podcast. We are in the Shop Talk section, still developing this second segment, so we're just going to roll with it. We're just going to start talking some shit. God damn, there's a lot of shit to talk about. And also, it's almost all related to pricing. So,
it really is.
Hold your pocketbooks. I think the best place to start is the biggest news topic of the week, or the biggest thing of the week. GTA 6 is finally getting details, and it has been available for pre-order for a few days now. And there's 2 pricing options, at least here in the States.
Yep.
So they decided the base game is going to release at $79.99, and the Ultimate Edition is $99.99. So
yes, it is.
$80 for the base, $100 for the Ultimate Edition, and there is a lot of controversy around all of that. So, Jason, do you want to go into it a little bit, and then?
Well, sure. So yeah, obviously, pre-orders launched on the 25th. There was a lot of hubbub about that coming up and stuff. We didn't really know the pricing structure, like Ham said, but now we have that. Everyone's gonna have differing thoughts on this. Granted, I don't want the standard to be 80. I don't want the ultimate to be 100, but I think that's just kind of the direction we're going, and it didn't surprise me. People are asking me, what do you think? I'm like, honestly, I'm just not surprised by this at this point. I guess a couple of things that kind of, I don't know, rub me the wrong way a little bit is you want extra stuff in the Ultimate Edition, which it does have a lot of extra stuff for 20 extra bucks. But the stuff I don't like is, like, it sounds like they're locking certain things out of the Standard Edition. At least what they've talked about so far is 5 different shops, like premium shops or whatever they're calling it, that you literally just can't enter unless you have the Ultimate Editions. Granted, like I was talking to Cam about this, and he was like, do you think it's just clothing? Or, and I believe it is just clothing, because like you said, there'd be a whole uproar if it was like weapons or vehicles and stuff like that. That'd be a whole different thing. But so it's basically cosmetic, stuff that they're kind of locking off. So whatever. But it's just kind of an odd choice,
It is an odd choice. So here is what's in the Ultimate Edition. Okay, so to backtrack to what you said, as far as the price goes, I wasn't surprised either. I was expecting to drop $100 on this game. So since I was expecting that, getting the ultimate price at 100 was right in line with what I thought I was going to be spending. So I guess I had built the tolerance in my head that that's what it was going to be for me. So when it hit, I was just like, all right, well, that's kind of exactly what I expected, and I'm getting the ultimate version. So I did pre-order the ultimate edition, and I don't pre-order games ever, but this is a special case. I'm gonna buy this, and basically the situation is I have the money right now, so fuck it. I'm just gonna have it locked in.
Okay.
Right? I'm just gonna make sure it's locked in. That way, when the game drops, I'm ready to go. That way, there's no trying to finagle it or having some shit happen in September, and
and we both have talked about how pre-ordering is just not really either one of our things, especially since both of us have kind of are primarily digital players, and there's no point in pre-ordering if you could just click a button when it's available. But that part of it does make sense. Like, it is $100, and you're not going to have that at all points of your life. So
$100 it ain't fucking nothing.
It ain't nothing.
That's for sure. So it's just, with all the cats and shit that I have, I just want to make sure it's locked in. So if it fucking something happens, I can still play it and talk about it.
You still have it.
It's that's at least out of my mind type of thing. So I wasn't really surprised by that.
No.
And that ties into another thing. Jason just said we're digital only guys. We are for the most part. And this game is getting released without a disc.
Without a disc.
So I don't know. I heard rumors when they were talking about it that they would do a digital release first and then release a physical version with a disc. Now apparently they're just saying fuck it, no disc.
Right.
Which
that's what I had heard too. I was like, okay, it'll be digital first and then you can pick up the physical and whatever, take that how you want, but them just saying actually no, there is no disc is just odd.
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me.
No, it doesn't affect me either, but just don't even sell a physical fucking, you're just selling an empty case. So
you are selling an empty case. Oh my God, I saw this. I should have copied it and sent it to you. I think it was a TikTok or something, and this guy was like getting home excited, and he has his GTA 6 box, and he opens it and there's no disc, and he's like he reaches in and like takes the no disc out and like puts it in his system and he's like he does this, he sits down on his couch and it's just a black screen and he's just staring at it.
I think Cole Zicki put that meme in the Discord too. I saw that.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. Just fucking
that is
dumb.
Okay. That is where I saw it. Yeah. Shout out Cole Zicki.
It's just so fucking stupid. Like that's fucking stupid. I guess. I don't know. We've talked about this before. I mean, there's a lot of physical games out there that are just an install key, basically. So they aren't even physical.
Switch is doing it with the game key cards too.
Yeah,
so.
It is bad for the industry. 100%. But that's just the world that we live in, I guess. I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but basically, don't go to your game store and pre-order it. Just buy it online. This is one of the only. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to just get the fucking case for no reason. So anyway,
no disc.
Breaking it down here. So we do have a breakdown of what's in the Ultimate Edition. The 95 Gotti Cheetah vehicle. So they are getting vehicles and weapons in this Ultimate Pass.
Right. I did see that. It just doesn't sound like it. It sounds like you can still get those without this, maybe through purchasing them or whatever.
Okay.
That's what I assumed. So we should kind of talk about that. Sorry, not to derail it on your first point here, but like,
good.
Do you think these I'm assuming these exclusive clothing shops, you literally have to go into them to like purchase those pieces of clothing. However, with these vehicles that you're getting in the Ultimate Edition, you're just getting those probably in your garage, whereas you could go to the car dealership and probably still purchase these. It's just that you're getting them automatically with the Ultimate. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I hope that's the way.
I hope that's the case. I guess that's what I was thinking. I'm hoping that's the case.
I'm hoping so too, but I don't know. Nothing's out of the question, unfortunately.
No, it's certainly not. What else you get?
Hawk and Little Morgan revolvers, personalized weapon variants, exclusive Vice City outfits, tattoos, and more for Lucy and Jason. Jason's safe house vehicles, Jason's Vapid Ganado, Rideout Customs, Sarah's unisex hair salon, Shih Tzu Squallow Boat, Stock 305 clothing store, the 67 Vapid Dominator buggy, Electric Fang tattoo shop, One-Eyed Willie's mod shop, and like this is so stupid to cover. You get a bunch of shit. So I hope you can purchase this shit in game, but the way that they were wording it, it almost sounded like you would walk up to, for example, the Electric Fang tattoo shop, which is exclusive to the Ultimate Edition, and you would just be not able to enter.
Right.
Which that would suck.
Yeah. I think we were talking, I don't know if it was after you had already had your time off for your surgery. It was, I might have been talking to Shada about it or something. And we were like, yeah, so what if you're like in GTA Online or whatever, and you see other people walking up and like you hit the door and you keep walking into the door while everybody else is able to like walk in. I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't know how that's going to work either, but yeah, as expected, people are enraged by this. The way that I view it is like they bumped up the floor price, but they kept the ultimate price kind of where it's always been. So it just makes the ultimate price more enticing, but it is a higher barrier to get into the game up front. So I'm glad they didn't do like $80 base, $150 ultimate. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that, like where they raised both. They just kind of priced it in a way that incentivizes the Ultimate Edition in my stupid head. But that's my take on it. So I'm not really outraged by it. No. And again, a lot of that ties into I was expecting $100 for this. So the fact that I'm getting the Ultimate Edition for that with all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Negates it for me, but I can totally understand why people would be upset if you can only afford or you only want to purchase the standard edition and you're getting left out with all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. So I get both sides of it. It's just not affecting me tremendously like it is for some other people.
No, and honestly, I mean, they could have even gone higher with the ultimate. I mean, already bumping. I mean, this is probably outside of Nintendo. Is this the first $80 release on other?
Yep, it is.
Yeah. So the fact that they're doing that, but then only charging 20 extra for all this extra stuff, I really don't think is terrible.
I don't think it's terrible either.
They could have gouged us more. I mean, it could have been 120. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I expected 80 at the cheapest also for the standard edition. I just expected it. So it didn't catch me off guard is basically what I'm saying. And so,
yeah,
whatever you feel. But to tie into that, in 24 hours, over 50 million copies were pre-ordered, which is estimated at $4 billion in revenue, which I figured that number was going to be absolutely absurd. And then I've seen reports, maybe true, maybe not true, that the PlayStation version is outselling the Xbox version like 6-1 or something like that.
Really?
Like it's...
Well, PlayStation. Nope, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, that unfortunately doesn't really surprise me, but it's still, yikes.
Well, and PlayStation's kind of going all in on the fact that they're saying that GTA 6 is going to be the best place to play. Or sorry, PlayStation is going to be the best place to play GTA 6. They changed like their icon to like a Vice City type thing. They're really, pushing GTA 6 on their system, and I mean they have every right to. So
yep, they have every right to. But
it's the thing that kind of struck me as a little bit odd is just like it almost felt like PlayStation was treating this like an exclusive.
Oh yeah, they're trying to.
And they're really trying to. And judging by the numbers, I mean, it's either working in their favor or that's where people planned on playing it in the first place.
Well,
I don't know.
I think PlayStation just destroyed this generation again. I think
they did.
So I don't know if it's necessarily posturing like
it's an exclusive, but that's where most people are playing right now. So by doing all this advertising, I mean, they changed like the home screen to like Vice City. They changed the PlayStation app icon to a Vice City themed PlayStation logo. It's just keeping people's eyes on it. It's not necessary because everybody that plays games knows this is on its way. But it's just crazy. And then I also think that 80% or so of the 50 million were the Ultimate Edition as well.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's not surprising. Yeah.
So, yes.
Have you seen how, like, everything is, like, have you seen, like, the September, like, outlook for game releases?
No, but I'm sure it's
September is
barren.
Packed.
Oh, it's packed?
No, packed.
Oh, fuck.
Packed. And then hardly anything in October, and then nothing but GTA 6 in November.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, not really much until the first of the year.
That doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me, but, like, it's just, like, I looked at the September releases, I was like, holy crap, it is just... And one of the podcasts that I listened to, they're just like, September is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, it's great, for the gaming industry, but at the same time, I mean, especially people that try to cover this stuff and are like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, this show is going to turn into a GTA 6 show in November, for sure. There's just not much else to say other than that. I think everyone's going to be playing it, so great. September's going to be fucking terrible. We expected this. Obviously, everybody's excited for GTA 6. There's a lot of grossness online, which you're going to find. And we are very opinionated too. So if you have a strong stance on this, don't take my lack of a stance here as a negative. Right. I totally am on your side, but it just doesn't affect me all that much.
Well, you're going to have different stances on different things. I mean, we've said in the past, if something bothers me, I just kind of let it go. Like, I just don't let it, whereas you kind of have a much more firmer stance. So, I mean, to be honest, even with this GTA 6 news, I guess I'm not surprised, but I'm maybe a little bit that you're not a little bit more up in arms about it. But that just kind of goes to show that this is just one of those situations where you're like, I mean, ultimately it makes sense. I mean, for what we're getting here. So
yeah, I think I just had the right mindset going into it, and that's why I have no lack of care. I mean, this is what I expected, literally what I expected. So it just has no real impact.
No, that's good.
Steam Machine.
Oh, hey, let's move on to the other topic at hand that involves price. They finally Valve released the Steam Machine price, and not surprising, it's over $1,000 for the base model. So we've got the 512 gig version, which is going to sell for $1,049.
No controller.
Without a controller. I mean, what are you going to do? Here's a box.
Yeah, here's a box.
What do you do with this box? Well, you can't do anything until you buy a controller, but we're not going to put it in the box with you.
Unbelievable.
So, and then you go up to the 2 terabyte model with the controller for $1,349.
Nope, $1,428 with a controller. The controller is
that's part of the
that's part of the big bundle.
Oh my God, I put this in here and I didn't even read that right.
Yeah.
Okay, so $1,349 for a 2 terabyte without a controller, or $1,428 with a controller. Oh my God.
What a fucking gouge. What a fucking gouge.
Shit.
And the sad thing is, it's not even really a fucking gouge, but it's just the price of tech.
Right. It's where we're at now.
Yeah. It's bad. I've seen some things that the base PS5 runs games better than the Steam Machine.
Yep.
So, yep.
And that's not necessarily going to change even with the $1,300 or $1,400 model. That's just storage and a controller.
Yep.
So the actual machine itself doesn't run games quite as good as the PS5. I mean,
Nope.
wow.
This is a very interesting thing. So this device makes sense if you are a pre-established Steam customer.
Yes.
So you have a very large library pre-established, because all that stuff's going to transfer. But what Steam needs to do to really market this is to push the abundance of indie games on Steam, because there is so many more indie titles on Steam that are technically exclusive, if you want to call them that. And that's their only like bargaining chip in this. But that price is fucking outrageous.
It's insane.
Especially when it's not even as performant as what we already have on the market. So
right. Yeah.
I don't know who's buying this thing, dude.
I don't either. It was funny before they released the prices. I was talking to Randy at work, and he's like, "I think I'm going to get a Steam machine. You know, I can put that up upstairs on my TV." And then the prices came out. He's like, "I don't think I'm going to get a Steam machine."
No, I mean, if you aren't established and you have no PC library, that is one of the hardest sells of all time.
Big time.
Tough, super tough. And even then, I mean, like I said, it's less very strange. I don't even know what. Boy. Well, we better hold off on new console releases for a couple more years.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because they're going to be just along like with that. And I guess
it is.
Yeah, we should tie in.
And you think? Do you still think the main part of this is RAM? I mean, is that still like the big factor?
Yep, probably.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think all PC components are pretty much stable except RAM.
Which RAM
is fucked up. I mean, I could have bought 32 gigs of RAM, GDR5 RAM for like fucking $70 like 3 years ago, and now it's literally $500+ for a set of two sticks. Fucking absurd.
Crazy.
And Nvidia and shit, they've been saying it ain't fucking coming back down.
No.
So it's not good. Not good at all. At all. So let's talk about Xbox a little bit too.
Okay. Yeah, I saw you just put this in there.
Well, this is just part of the problem. So
okay, because I haven't seen this yet. So
Xbox is releasing they're bumping consoles up another $100 to $150 again on top of what they've already done, which means the base, I think the Series S is going to be $750. That doesn't even count the Series X. So that's the
Switch 2 runs better than the Series S.
Yeah, that's the key thing. But I want to talk about Xbox, not related to this. So, Asha Sharma, they pulled the classic bait and switch on everybody.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah. They put out a bunch of great stuff. Bunch of good PR for Xbox. Oh, we love Xbox. Xbox is coming back, baby. Xbox is back. And then they dropped the hammer on Xbox about 2 weeks later. So they're closing a bunch of studios. Bungie, I saw 300 layoffs, which is the entirety of the Destiny team, plus a chunk of the Marathon team. So that is basically a skeleton crew now. And then you have reports coming out about Microsoft wanting to disassociate from Xbox, and they want their Xbox to become its own thing because it's not been profitable and it needs to do something on its own. And then you have Asha Sharma coming out saying that hardware prices are too unaffordable. We need to look into different pricing options, which only leads me to believe that these things are going to be sold on a contract through a fucking mobile phone provider. And I think that's where it's probably going to go. Anyways, Xbox was doing good. I mean, I got swindled. I was like, oh my God, they're coming back. And then the holy hell of Earth came out crashing down very soon after. Yeah. So that was clearly a marketing strategy.
that they executed to perfection, but everybody's very aware of what's happening. So
no, keep going. Sorry.
No, I don't have anything else. What were you going to say?
But what does this? How do I even say this? What did the initial, talk of these Xbox changes and we're bringing it back? I mean, what did they gain them at this point? It's not like they had released anything like this, buy this because they didn't get much out of this initial 2 to 3 week, pump up of Xbox to then drop the stuff. So it's not like, I don't know how I'm trying to say this, but okay, maybe they won some fans back, but this is just as quickly gonna lose them. You know what I mean?
They had no wins before that, so you got to think about that way, right? If they would have been still tanking their reputation before they did that little surge, that might have been the end of Xbox, honestly, because with what Microsoft's saying, wanting to disassociate with the brand and literally, if it was just bad news, it might have just caboodled the entirety of Xbox. So they had to just inflate the market just a teeny bit, just so that way they wouldn't go under, is the way that I see it.
Okay. That makes sense. I was just trying to think of like what the plan was here. But I guess that does make sense.
Yeah, they needed wins. They needed community wins at some point. And it's Asher Sharma said all the right shit, but it was probably just,
and she got both of us.
It was probably just PR speak. But she was saying all the right shit. And then they put the nostalgia bait Xbox console, the neon or the translucent green out to like try to get people in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that obviously raised some people were interested in that,
but that was kind of odd to me. I'm like, okay, it's a different color. Like it's
it didn't do anything for me.
I was like, what does that even mean? That didn't mean anything to me. But
yeah, it was just the Xbox One stylings. But
so like if you looked at it like a line, like here's Xbox on a line, and it's not okay. So it's not a good line, and then they go up, and then instead of like not going up and like you said, just going down, like this basically the up brought it back. This brought it back down to the line.
It inflated it just a little bit.
Right. To not have it bottom out completely.
But I mean, if you pay attention to the end, but you got to think, not everybody's into the industry like us. So people out there, many people still remember Asha Sharma coming out with all the publicity, all the good stuff, and don't even know that they're closing 15 studios and they're doing away from because that shit isn't being like shoved in your face like when Asha Sharma went on 100%. Game Insider and stuff, so
yes,
for the sickos like us, we can see right through it, but there's a lot of people that's not how it's going to go, right? So they're still going to have some brand loyalty.
Right. I forget to look at that sometimes. Like I feel like if I read something, like everyone knows it. Like, that's not necessarily the case.
Not at all, especially in this industry. There's just there's so many gamers that don't even watch YouTube gaming videos, don't even know what a gaming podcast is, but they still so you got to think about it from that perspective too.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep. Anywho. That's it. I don't know. It's just going to be an ever-evolving story as we continue to wind up to new console releases. I thought I heard PlayStation say 29, so...
That's what I heard a couple times.
I feel like I heard it again recently, so I just hope that's the case. Just keep pushing it.
I hope that's the case.
We don't need
it. Even 29 is going to get here faster than you think it is.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That's plenty far.
Yep.
That's plenty far away. I wanted to talk briefly about, I could be out of the, I don't even know how the word I want to use, but I could be just oblivious to this, but we talked about that horror game, that Kojima horror game, OD.
Yep.
And even a few weeks ago, we talked about it on the podcast, we're like, do you think we're even going to see that? There's all kinds of shit around that. Is this new news that Xbox is publishing OD, or was that always the case?
Not to me.
That's what I thought. So that's why I thought this was fairly interesting. So Xbox is going to publish Kojima's next mystery horror game, OD, because nobody else wanted it. They didn't understand the concept, is what everyone is saying.
Yep.
So even Kojima himself. So if you don't know who Kojima is, Metal Gear,
Death Stranding.
You know, his ideas for games have always been weird. And that's just kind of what he's known for. I mean, obviously Metal Gear was a little bit more popular than the Death Stranding it ended up to be, but even like Death Stranding 2, the people that did play it, they're like, this is actually a really fun game. I mean, yes, it's odd, but it's a Kojima game. All his stuff has been odd. So, but like I was saying, Kojima even described OD as a game at the same time as a movie, as at the same time a new type of form of media.
Yep.
But the one thing I just wanted to say about this is, like, you know, when he was pitching this to people and everybody's like, dude, this is crazy. Like, your idea is crazy. But all of his ideas have been crazy.
They have been.
Whether you buy into them or not. Maybe this one is a little bit out there just because of how he is describing it as like a horror / movie. I don't know how interactive it'll be. At least Metal Gear and Death Stranding were video games. This could be a little bit farther out there, but I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah. So, Coach, this is maybe a dumb opinion, but I think Kojima gets glazed far too much. I'm just gonna say it. I think he gets way too much credit. Kojima is notoriously a film guy. He's a massive film head. He loves that sort of thing, and the stories that he tells throughout his games are like really obtuse, really obscure. I mean, Metal Gear, I haven't played a lot of those really, but I know I've watched story recaps of them, and they're just so convoluted. They're wild, twisted. Just playing the game, you wouldn't even be able to gather it unless you really think outside the box. And that's exactly how Death Stranding 2 was, and that's how this horror game is going to be, most likely. I don't like that storytelling, to be fair. I think he is telling a really good story with Metal Gear, and basically Metal Gear was telling the story of the advancements of AI prior to it becoming what it is now. That's kind of like the main thorough line of Metal Gear, and that started in 94. You know, so he was ahead of the curve with that. So it's a good story that you can't gather unless you watch someone actually explain the fucking story to you. So
you'll get lost.
Oh, 100%. You can't follow it. You can't follow it. There's resurrections and there's different versions of Big Boss, and it's fucking unfollowable unless you really are into that sort of thing. Anyway, so it's a little curious to me that PlayStation didn't do this because they did Death Stranding. So they've been working hand in hand with Kojima Productions for that franchise, which is also fucking weird. Death Stranding is a parcel dropping game where you're literally just traversing a world delivering packages. So that game's already fucking weird. And for PlayStation to be like, no, is odd because Death Stranding did very well for them. But the other thing that's interesting, you know, Kojima was working on he was behind PT from back in the day. So if you don't know the PT story, it was a Silent Hill game that was supposed to be Guillermo del Toro and Kojima working together on this horror game. It got canceled. Yeah, it got canceled. But there was so much hype behind that, and you can still, if you want to play PT, it's been delisted, but you can buy a PS3 on whatever, eBay for $700 or some shit. People fucking love Kojima. I don't really understand it, but he's beloved. So anyways, he's got that kind of pedigree. So people are So there's going to be people that just buy into Kojima's horror game because of PT and how big of a story that was back in the day. So there's definitely some marketing potential there. It's just so weird that people are being like, nope.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on. It's got to be the weirdest fucking thing of all time if that's what people are saying. So, and Xbox is just like, yeah, fuck it. We'll take it. We need anything we can fucking get at this point. Fuck it.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't even care, Kojima. Yeah, you can talk about whatever you want. Just fucking let me put up with the shit, please.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I don't know if I'm even interested in it.
I'm not really. I never played Death Stranding either. So.
Yeah, well, I don't particularly like Death Stranding. But I don't even know what I'm gonna say. We haven't even seen this is the Kojima effect is so weird. Like, what have we seen with OD? One fucking one teaser trailer with a logo. Teaser. Yeah.
Yep.
And
that's all we've seen.
And so I don't.
Yeah. And I think he's just gotten weirder over time.
Oh,
I mean,
for sure, he's gotten weirder
Metal
over
Gear
time.
Solid on the PS1, man, I played the crap out of that. One of my good friends at the time worked at I don't know, it was like a family video or something like that. So he just permanently rented the game.
Yeah.
And we just played the hell out of it. We'd pass the controller back and forth. We loved Metal Gear Solid, but even Metal Gear Solid 2, I feel like, is when it kind of started his weirder trend of stuff.
With Raiden, yeah.
Right. I liked the game, but that's when I started to be like, holy shit, he's getting kind of weird, and it's just gotten weirder.
I think Kojima established his reputation through Metal Gear, but Metal Gear is a story of a game that was supposed to probably just be Metal Gear Solid that ended up getting multiple sequels, and then he just kept making it fucking weirder just to make the timeline work. And that's where he gets all of his credit from, but it's like, I don't think he had fucking charted out Snake's story when he made Metal Gear. Like, it just developed into this wild fucking narrative. So, no, I'm not throwing shots at Kojima either. No. I'm just saying, it's weird to look at. And also, if you love Metal Gear, that's awesome. I think Metal Gear, the games themselves are great. I'm not trying to say it's weird to like them. There's definitely some value there. But anyways, it's just, I don't know why Kojima gets all this glaze. I don't
really either. No.
So we'll see on this. It's going to be fucking wild. And with Microsoft locking in exclusives again, it's probably going to stay on Xbox. So
I would imagine. Okay. I think that's enough Kojima for now. Did you watch any of the
Nope, I'm excited for you to tell me.
Okay, so multiple gaming outlets had an opportunity to go and play a bit of Star Wars Galactic Racer, and a lot of different sites were publishing their gameplay and stuff. I mean, we've seen enough of this that I know that it looks interesting, but it seems like every time I see more of this, I get more excited because it just looks like it's going to be awesome. I love the there's so many different vehicle types. Like, during this play, it showed a lot of different vehicles. This is not like a pod racing game. There are pod racers in this that you can pilot, but it is just a huge variety of Star Wars vehicles. I mean, one guy was racing a speeder bike next to some guy in this ship. I mean, it's just a little bit of everything. I assume they're going to do a decent enough job balancing it out. I mean, I would imagine the speeder bike's faster, but has very little defensive options, whereas the ship can really kind of knock someone off their speeder bike, or I don't know. They didn't really get into all that. I just assume that that's kind of what they're going to do with it. So it's just looking cooler and cooler. But the one thing that really kind of surprised me, that I had not even heard the term put to this game until these gameplay reveals, is people are calling it a semi-roguelike. And how they're getting there is you have to, it's like race by race. But if you don't either win or accomplish a certain objective, you kind of have to do it again, but you keep the stuff that you get per run, and you can upgrade the vehicle. There's different, like, it almost looked like a card system in a way, but not really. Okay, so I when I initially saw it, I was like, oh my god, those look like cards. What are they doing in this game? But it's just the way to display what that item is, and
I
then you can
gotcha.
socket it into your, it's just a visual type thing. But yeah, they were kind of comparing it to a roguelite in a sense, and I was like, "Ooh, God, I don't know about that." But from what I've heard, the people that were kind of had the same feeling that I did, like, what, are saying it actually works.
Cool.
It works really well. It kind of feels roguelite, but not fully, in a sense that like other roguelites are. It's just the replaying races and stuff to advance and keeping the stuff that you have, so that kind of progression still ties in and then kind of helps you defeat or win races further on in the game. So
Everything
I don't know, just looked fucking cool, man.
Roguelike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look cool. I'm still curious on how this game works, because like you said, there's different vehicle types, and the way that MotorStorm did it was that there was different levels to the racetracks. So if you were in like a big fucking if you were in like a big ass fucking like Jeep or some shit, you would take the bottom line where all the dirt is, because your car can get through the dirt. And if you were on a bike, you'd have to go on the top side of the track to. So that was how that was done. I wonder if this is going to be the same. I'm kind of on blackout for this game though, so I'm just going to wait till it comes out and play it. But I'm just curious.
They did talk about other branching paths and stuff, and I wonder if that ties into it. Like you said, I think other vehicles are going to be more suited for different paths through these stages. So that would actually make sense if that's the route they go. So that'd be cool.
Would be cool. The game looks so good visually too. Like
it just does.
Looks
awesome. Looks good.
Looks really good.
Yeah. So
I'm excited to see more too. I just, like I said, I'm pretty much on blackout. Like I'm sold on that game, so I don't really care to see more until it comes out. So that's why I didn't look at the reveal trailer. And I'm not a big Star Wars guy, so like I don't understand the pod distinction.
That's the other thing that I think that's part of why I keep getting more excited, because the story looks really cool. Like the cutscene stuff looked awesome. The character that you're playing as actually looks like a really cool Star Wars character. He's kind of quiet. He kind of like reminds me of like the Mandalorian a little bit, just kind of quiet, only like says what he needs to say and like does what he needs to do. Like he doesn't really want to be part of this racing thing, but there's some kind of story element that he kind of has to, in order to, I don't know, they didn't go all in on that, but I just think the setup, this game could easily just not have much of a story, but it sounds like they are actually putting some effort into making a somewhat solid story for this as well. So that's another cool part of this. It's
gonna be cool to see. I think they're doing the right things visually. I didn't know about that shit either. I didn't know there even was a main character that you're following through the game.
Yes, that's who you're essentially playing as. Is
Sick.
This? They gave him a name. I just don't remember what it is.
Fucking hell yeah, bro.
So,
Love it.
Looks cool.
All right, you know what time it is, everybody.
It's Nintendo time.
Yes.
Yeah, boy. Little Nintendo news. We kind of already talked about, they had the Direct and stuff. There was some cool stuff in there, but they are doing another Direct, which actually, if you're listening to this on Monday, it's coming out on Tuesday the 30th. It's a Splatoon Raiders Direct. And so they do this kind of stuff. They do Directs on single games. I mean, think back to like the Kirby Air Riders Direct. It was like a freaking hour long. That was excessive. So yeah, they're doing a Direct for Splatoon Raiders. It will be, like I said, on Tuesday, June 30th, North America, 7 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Central. And then it goes through all the different time zones, but we're just going to focus on the North America stuff. So yeah, they're going to do kind of more of a deep dive on Splatoon Raiders. I don't know how much more they're gonna show. They also after the last Direct during the Treehouse, they did a Starfox thing and they did a Splatoon Raiders, and I honestly felt like I got what I needed from the Treehouse on Splatoon Raiders. So I don't know what else they're gonna show. I'm still gonna watch it. I still think this game looks cool. I do like the Splatoon games. I just find the online hard to play because the people that play the multiplayer of this are all freaking, that's what they play. So I just get smoked anytime I try to join the multiplayer portion. And the Splatoon games had great single player campaigns. I mean, it was kind of 3D Mario-esque in a sense that you're going through levels and stuff, and you use the ink and the guns and stuff to, to traverse through these levels. They were really well done, and even the side order DLC for Splatoon 3 was really cool. A roguelite, so they're doing different things, and this kind of like it. I don't know what to compare it to. It's almost like an Extraction Splatoon style game. I know that word kind of gives both of us the
ick,
taste. But I think in this type of thing, I think it'll work. Just because it's more single player focused. Even a little bit of Monster Hunter in a sense of where like you go out and tackle things. It's not like you're just hunting monsters, but there are like bigger enemies and stuff that you can take down, and then like you gather stuff, and then I assume you can upgrade weapons and whatnot with this. So I don't know. I just think the game. I just think it's a neat idea for the Splatoon universe.
I think it is too. I watched the Treehouse live. This game looked awesome from that. Like I was kind of like, okay, fucking Splatoon, but they made it look. I mean, again, they ham it up for that show, but it looks fucking cool. Like it really looks fun. And it's taking the co-op. It's going co-op instead of PvP, I think, is kind of smart.
You can play it solo or co-op.
Yeah, and it looked really fun. Like they've really done a nice job investing this IP into something completely different. And I think this game's going to hit. So I think it's going to be good.
I do too. And I think you had even sent me some texts, like, while you were watching, and you're like, the Switch 2 can look really good, especially if developers are focusing on that system and really dialing into what it can do. I mean, they can make some really good looking games on the Switch too. And this was one of them. It looked really nice.
Really nice. So yeah, I'll probably tune into this. Not that I'm going to buy it, but pretty cool.
No, I'll be talking about it.
Hell yeah, you will.
Yep. That's really all I had for Nintendo. Just, there's a couple other things floating around out there, but
I have a weird week in video games, man.
It was. Yeah.
Boy. Did you have any questions on like First Light or anything?
Not really, because I feel like anything that I would have had questions on, you kind of answered just in your breakdown of it. I think it looks really fun.
Good.
You did mention in the last solo podcast that Switch players were out with Bond. It is coming out.
Oh, it is.
It's coming out on the Switch 2. They just said summer, so they didn't put a firm date on it yet. So it is coming out on Switch 2 as well. Good. So
I'm glad I fucked that up.
I just think it looks fun. I mean,
it's really good. They did a great job with it. Great job. I was very impressed.
Even like the tutorial's like pretty long, but it's like really well done.
Oh my God, this is so good. It's incredibly done. They do it in a montage, like a Rocky montage, but it's fucking sick.
Really good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, people are like, this is probably the best like tutorial I've ever played in a game.
Yeah.
They almost don't want to call it that.
Yeah, Devin told me that too. He's like, the tutorial was so cool. I'm like, yeah, it was fucking cool. And then I really thought about it. I was like, wow, we're talking about the damn tutorial in this game.
Yeah.
But it is cool.
If there's that much talk in the tutorial, I would assume the game only gets better from there. So
it does. It's a good blend. It's a great blend of what IO does best, also with bringing in some new stuff that they also executed perfectly. So good
Yeah.
game. It's a really,
Yeah.
really good game.
It surprised me. Like I didn't like think it would be bad, but it's
Yeah.
better than what I.
Oh,
It sounds like it's better than what I was thinking it was going
yeah.
to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
So
I agree.
very
It turned
cool.
out being better than what I thought it would be too. It's a very. I mean, well, we don't have to go into it again. Yeah, it's cool. I think that you guys should check it out if you want to. Maybe get it on sale though. It's not a game you have to rush out for. There's no multiplayer component, so you can just
Yeah.
kind of wait on it. It's not like it's a rush out and buy type of game, but
a new Bond game without multiplayer, that almost sounds like a sin.
I know it kind of does. I think they're going to try
Yeah.
to keep the game alive with they have like Metal Gear style VR missions. So I think they're just going to add.
Just keep adding stuff in.
Yeah,
Are they similar to like what should I compare? Like Pragmata's like VR type stuff or different?
Similar, yeah. So, but they can
Similar?
they can work in their own stuff to that, and I think
Yeah.
that's what they're planning to do to keep the game's legs going. But I'm not really going to go back for it.
No. Do you think multiplayer would work
Yes, it should be there.
in this? So what a lot of people I hear comparing it to is kind of like Uncharted 3. It plays a lot like Uncharted 3.
Exactly.
Exactly. So did you ever you never really played the Uncharted games?
Yes, I did. I fucking
you
love
did?
Uncharted multiplayer.
What was the
2 was my
Uncharted
favorite.
multiplayer. I'm trying to think of the game series. I thought there was one game series on PlayStation that you're like, I just never.
Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Yeah,
Sorry, that's what it
don't
was.
Play that.
Yep.
I need
okay,
to.
so
That's
yeah,
on my
Uncharted
backlog.
multiplayer was awesome, and every time I heard
Amazing, dude.
them compare it to that, I'm like, why couldn't an Uncharted style multiplayer work for this game?
It needs to be there because, dude, this game, like the whole time I was playing, I'm like, God, this feels like Uncharted. So
Yeah.
I would have loved a like it should be in there. I think it's not
Yeah.
going to be, but they kind of missed an opportunity. I would play the fuck out of modern Uncharted multiplayer. I
Yeah.
played so much Uncharted 2 multiplayer, it's unfathomable. I fucking loved Uncharted
I.
2
I
multiplayer.
thought it was so good.
Yeah, it was incredible.
And if you've never played The Last of Us, I think The Last of Us was it the first one or second one? I don't remember. Had a pretty decent multiplayer mode in that too, which kind of was similar to Uncharted
I'm
multiplayer.
scared of the pacing of that game.
Yeah, it's a little slower.
Terrible
Yeah.
excuse. So when you get your
Are you talking
PS4,
No, he said he was gonna ship it.
you gotta play Bloodborne.
I'm not pushing it. I know he got kind of
Yeah.
in trouble,
Yeah,
and
we'll
I'm
leave
just
that.
like, dude, whatever, whenever you can, that's fine. I may
We'll
end up
leave it.
just going up there some point and just
Stealing it, dragging it.
well, that's kind of how it's going to turn out because, like I said, she didn't know that he still had that stuff, so we're gonna have to, like smuggle it into my car.
Yeah. What else is going on? I don't know if anything
know.
else.
I don't think so either.
This is the general loop of us. Oh shit!
It's the end.
Circle in the drain at the end, like we always do.
This also gives us an opportunity to just kind of think of some stuff that we hadn't talked about, but maybe there is not much left.
We covered a lot.
We did.
God, I'm spending too much money on the fucking sales, though. I know you said you avoided them. I've been fucking deep. I'm gonna be playing a game. For next week that
I did look, but I was actually kind of happy to see that most of the stuff that was a great sale I already had. So I was like, okay, I really don't have to. Nope, I'm good.
I got a game I'm gonna replay that I played and beat on PC that I'm gonna replay on PS5. It's a PS5 PC exclusive, not beloved, but I like it. So I'm gonna cover that next week.
Oh, you don't want to say it yet?
Yeah, it's Godfall.
Oh, I played Godfall.
I think Godfall's cool.
I think Godfall's cool.
Yeah, I think Godfall's cool as hell. So I got the Ultimate Edition for like $3.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll play some more Godfall.
Very pretty game too.
Very pretty game. Pretty fun, like hack and slash.
Yes.
It's interesting. It's got a weird flow.
It got some
but
interesting choices, and the flow was a little different, but I thought it was good.
I thought it was good too. I enjoyed my playthrough of it.
I forgot all about that.
Maybe I should play Last of Us. I'm gonna keep working on Elliot golly,
I'm gonna play
I just need you to play that.
by next week. I'll have more to say on, something to say on it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you might dig it, but it's just the tone, man. It's so strange.
Yeah, I will say that. Yeah, your comments on the tone have.
I know. I don't want that to influence you, though. I want you to actually not let that. But I mean, you're gonna feel it.
I'm gonna feel it. I think that's what I was trying to get at. Yeah, I'm gonna notice it.
And Cole Zicky's we've been talking. He's been playing it too, kind of here and there, and he's had the exact same gripes that I've had. So I don't know, it's interesting, man.
His last he did say something about just beating a boss or something like that, and said it was really cool. So
still
it sounds like what you said. There's just moments that kind of stand out.
The game feels so good to play, but
yeah,
and that should be enough to keep you in there. But is it going to? Who knows?
Doesn't sound like it.
I don't know how long it is. I haven't heard. I haven't looked it up. I don't want to know.
Don't
tell me.
20 hours.
Oh, okay, you told me. Okay, so I'll probably finish it.
Yeah. Might as well at this point.
Might as well. God damn. Games are cool.
Yeah, they are.
Anything else, Jason? I think I'm tapped out and I'm ready to fucking play some Titanfall 2. That's
yeah. I was just gonna say, I think I'm ready to go play some games now.
Yeah. Titanfall 2 is awesome, by the way. Get it on PlayStation. If you have a PlayStation, play Titanfall 2 with me. It's $4. Fucking Christ, get it. It's still so goddamn good, and I need people to play with.
One of the best just feeling
it's
FPS games.
Untouchable. And it still looks incredible to this day. Like, you can go back to it, it still looks like it holds up in the modern era.
Yeah, I watched your video. I was like, God, this looks like how I remembered it.
Yep, it's very good. More content to come. I am putting out some weird stuff. So just throwing shit at the wall. I got videos that don't make it. I posted a arcade video. By the way, if you watch that video, please leave a comment on that so I know if you want me to do it more or not. If it was a stupid idea, I need to know. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it, but
yeah, it looked fun.
You let me know so I can. We just want to cater the show to you guys and what you want to see. So help us out if you could there.
Please.
And Jason's going to start posting some videos within the next 2 years.
2 to 3, probably.
3 years.
It's kind of how I'm looking. Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah, that's my timeline.
No rush. No pressure.
Yeah, we'll be up to episode 400 by then, but it's all right.
400 monetized. We'll both be IGN certified reviewers, and we'll
just
get
giving everything a 10.
We'll get that company on track.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's either going to be a 10 or a 6. That's our only numbers we can give out.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Jason, thanks for joining me again. Welcome back. Course. I'm glad you're back. Thank you so much for coming back. I will talk to you next week. Everybody else, stick around on the YouTube for stuff.
Yep, please jump in the Discord, man. It's been fun, especially with Kolzicki. But yeah, some more people in there would be nice as well. Would be great. All right, we're out of here. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family, your cats. I suck at ending shows. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Goodbye. Peace.